Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah! Perfect Plex Radio! We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's cause he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the Monday Night Raw, what you getting in? Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News to interviews, this a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You could call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio. Simply, we about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go!
Let's go, fella! Look, my voice ain't even there like you normally is. Listen, guys. I don't know about you, and I don't know what you come to do, but in the words of Kid and Play, I come to clap my hands. I come to stomp my feet. Welcome to the WrestleMania review, the final review show with your tribal chief of staff, Mike Knoxxx. And I am going to be joined by the team today. I got the best of Smackdown. I got the best of the fill-in on Raw, because I don't know who really runs Raw. Like, Jeff's always there. Vinny's been filling in. But it's Chris's show. But Chris has been working because, WrestleMania came. And it is not a cheap thing, people. Trust me. I took 5 people. There's nothing cheap about WrestleMania. So he's back. But today we're going to be joined by Vincent, LaSpada. We're going to be joined by the Z. Y'all know him as Dycez Man. And we're going to talk WrestleMania. But today, oh, my brother, I'm just going to testify like this and bring him on. What's going on, Dycez Man?
Yeah, fam. Yeah. You know what it is? It's a glorious week. Yeah, because it's been big business. No AEW. Big business. WrestleMania weekend. The whole week of pro wrestling the past week on Fuego. You got you got Smackdown. You had the Hall of Fame. Then you got Stand and Deliver. Then Mania Night 1, Mania Night 2. It's your boy, a.k.a. the Z is Solid, a.k.a. the host of the Smackdown Penitentiary. Catch that every Saturday, a.k.a. Big Champion and Champ for those not in the know. Look at it. Now respect. Welcome to the Smackdown Penitentiary. Today, I'm so hyped today. Let's talk about this Mania, man.
And today, like I said, we're going to be joined by Vincent LaSpada. I told him to check in a little bit later. He should be joining us shortly. As you guys who have followed me all around, I appreciate you. Make sure you continue to do the same thing and follow us around. Like, follow, subscribe. Smash that subscribe button as we are live right now. Tell a friend that you're listening to the most intelligent wrestling fan show out there on the nation. I used to be radio. But then podcast came along, so shit, now I'm the best damn show on radio and podcast. So how about that? The show, the pros, ayatollahs, and rock and rollers all listen to as well. So, and for The Rock, if that's okay with you guys, I got that Terramina. I'm going to take a shot.
Yeet. Oh, we shot.
Oh, no yeet. And we're going to break down this WrestleMania XL, larger than life, if you will, so to speak, okay? Because, I mean, a lot of things took place this WrestleMania, so I'm just going to go ahead and just get into it. If we can. Let me get this on the screen. I got that on the screen. Okay. Let me go ahead and back this up. Back that thing. You a big, fine woman. Won't you back that thing up? You a big, fine woman. Listen, so before we actually get into the show of shows with the host of hosts, us, what was your take? I asked you first because I was privileged to be part of WrestleMania live. I've now watched night 1 and night 2 on television. And one of the things I actually watched about an hour or so ago was one of my favorite matches, and we'll talk about it more in depth, and Sammy and Gunther. But the crowd on TV was screaming, "Let's go Gunther, let's go Sammy." That did not echo throughout the entire arena. a lot of times you feel that echoes throughout everybody singing and everybody saying it. That was not the case. So for me, watching it in person is always different than watching it live. It's on television. It is, right? You're privileged to way more interaction and understanding of the show. And fourth night, as we are joined, like I said, guys, he is not late. Okay, he is on time. Vincent LaSpada, welcome to the program.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, brother?
Mic volume, powerful.
Powerful as hell.
Right off the final night of WrestleMania, and I tell you what, this was WrestleMania 40, the biggest WrestleMania of them all. But I got some complaints, and we're going to get into that in a little bit.
Everybody has complaints. It's professional wrestling. There wouldn't be wrestling if we didn't bitch about something, right? So, as I was asking Dyce, and I come to you after him, just real quick, just the initial thoughts. Let's save everything for the matches and how we break them down, and then final thoughts. But just your initial thoughts coming out of the night 1 and night 2 combined. What was your take? Because for me, again, being there live is different. It, to me, was one of the biggest WrestleManias of all time. Okay? I think it was perfectly booked. I liked I keep it right there. Dyce, your thoughts, just real quick, of night 1 and night 2, your overall thoughts of the event.
You know what? Both of these, I think both nights had the matches in the spots that they were placed were perfect. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think that every single match gave you, I'm ready for the next match. I'm ready for the next match. I'm ready for the next match because my adrenaline is pumping off of the action that I just watched. And it wasn't like, oh God, I need to see the next match because this is horse shit, right? Like it literally did what, and Triple H spoke about in press conference. Night 1, that was nice little appetizer, pre-entree, right? But then night 2 was the full main course ciabatta. It gave you the rest of your entree plus Jello on the side with some cheesecake. Thank you. Listen, the only gripe that I have, I don't know what the hell the crowd was saying during the Bayley match, but we'll get into that.
Okay. Well, there's always room for Jello. Bill Murray told me that in Ghostbusters 1982. Vinny, your take on night 1 and night 2?
I'm going to say I think night 1 was way better. I know Z was talking about Saturday was the appetizer, but I'm going to flip-flop it. I think Sunday was the appetizer, and I think Saturday was the main course, because I'm going to tell you what, that tag team match, I'm not going to say it was the biggest tag team match of all time, because I'm going to leave that out to the one I keep talking about. WrestleMania 2. I just don't think that WrestleMania Night 2 had its spots. I mean, I don't want to get into it as much, but I'm just going to tell you, I think Night 1 had the matches. I think Night 2 started out fantastic, and with that title change twice, I think that set the tone for the rest of the night. But I'm going to say I enjoyed Night 1 better.
How old were you when WrestleMania 2 came out? I'm just curious.
I wasn't even born.
Okay. I didn't think so.
I'm being honest. I wasn't even born.
I was like, yeah, I can't be that much older than me.
That's what I was thinking in my head, like, okay. But we all have our own opinions, and we're going to be shared and respect them and honor them, okay? So let's go ahead, guys, and get into, let's say, night 1. As it opened up with Rhea thickly taking on, which we all find out now, Becky Lynch, who was sick this entire time. Y'all know me. The biggest things about WrestleMania are the intros. This is where they pull out their own money. WWE don't pay for this shit. They do it themselves, right? So they pull out their own money. They want to look fancier. They want to look fancy. And they did that. And Becky Lynch, the man. Let me say this, y'all, being in the building. As my daughter watches, as my daughter listens to this program and loves female wrestling, I love her for that. She don't like Becky Lynch, and I kept saying, and even going into this pay-per-view, Dyce, you've been here on this program, my backstage producer, along with you and King Vaughn Jr., 720 on the Twitter, who's at Bible study tonight, so we're going to give him that respect of letting him be off tonight. While he goes, you know what I mean? But y'all all were like debating why she in this match. I kept saying, she's the biggest star in WWE. She's the biggest female. That crowd didn't think so. I'm telling you right here, right now, Becky Lynch did not get a pop in front of people. It was deafening how much mommy was over. Like, she is the villain, right? She is the bad girl. She is the antagonist in this whole scenario. But the crowd went ape shit nuts for Rhea Thickly. I'm gonna start off with you, Vinny. Your take on this match, opening up WrestleMania and the match within itself.
Well, I got to tell you, I really enjoyed this match. I know what you're saying about Becky Lynch. I did hear the crowd. I wasn't there live, but I can hear somewhat.
Are you sure? Because Jeff be deaf as fuck. Jeff be like, they didn't pop for the Usos at Royal Rumble. I'm like, what the fuck was you watching?
What are you talking about?
See, right?
He will not let that go.
I can't let that go, yo. Because
hey, all you gotta say is yeet. That's all you gotta say is yeet.
Yeah, it goes crazy.
No, Mommy did great. I'm gonna tell you this. I was very, very surprised that this title didn't change hands, and I'm gonna tell you why. As much as they pumped her up, all the publicity, all the shows, putting the book out right before WrestleMania, I thought this went hand in hand in winning that title. I really did, but I was wrong. And I'm gonna tell you what. I think Mommy at the end of the night, she looked fantastic. I mean, to the ring gear, to just bam. I mean, she had the whole 9 package, and she deserved to win. She looked good.
She looked incredible. And Vinny, and I'm not the biggest rock and roll person. I know that they said it's her favorite band, and normally
She put them overseas.
Like I like entrances, right? Intros. That's I just said it. Those are my thing. She scared me in this intro. I was like, I've always said this before. Rhea Thickly is Rhea Thickly, and ain't nobody, including my wife, saying we're kicking her out of bed. However, she a little scary, yo. That's all I'm saying.
Well, Mike, I'm also going to say too is I like how she's changing her look. I like how when she started with the Judgment Day, she was this badass, with the spikes and the scariness. I feel like she's slowly but surely coming into the Rhea Ripley that we know and love from NXT. And I think she's starting to come from that heel back to babyface. Everybody's loving her. And this is what's going to pop is, now she's letting her hair down. It's not short anymore. She's going for the look and that she came with. And I love it. I absolutely love it.
Dice, your takes on this match, this intro. Look, I mean, that's what I'm trying to figure out, because Dice, I mean, you're home watching them, and even I've come home and watch it. What was her representation in this intro? Because all I see is still I'm looking at He-Man vibes in that era or that kind of thing, or this is some Ozzy Osbourne shit.
You talking about Rhea, right?
Yeah, Rhea.
So Rhea, the story is she always wanted that was her favorite band in Australia, right? So she wanted to do her dream and get them over there, so she paid them. She paid for their flights to get over. And honestly, who said it? Jeffrey G. Yeah, they had the same fucking type of makeup. The fucking lead singer looked just like.
She did. They did.
Like, what the fuck is this? Right? But I will say, I love when bands perform their songs. Right? When Orton had
Motorhead, all that good stuff.
Motorhead. Call It Personality.
Don't forget Limp Bizkit did theirs.
Call It Personality was a little bit off because his timing was off, but still you love the song, so it doesn't matter. But you can clearly see that she was into it. One of my favorite live band performances of somebody's theme music. But getting into this match, I saw somebody in the chat said, the match was okay. I thought the match was great. It's how you want to come out at Mania, because you got 2 over stars, right? And the fact that Becky was pulling everything out to try to get Rhea out of there, and Rhea was just taking it and giving her more.
Take that.
Take that. No
all
Diddy.
All Diddy.
Oh, yeah.
All Diddy.
All Diddy. Yeah, all Diddy. But I will say that I think the right person won. Oh my Lance. Listen, I've never in my life. Come on. I've never in my life been so enamored with Gothic in my life. The only other person was homegirl from The Craft.
Really?
The one that was in
the chick from the Water Boy?
Yeah.
You
I
are weird.
Craft, man.
You are weird.
I'm telling you, man. Listen, I'm telling you. And Rose McGowan give me goth vibes. She could put a whole jawbreaker in her mouth. Like, come on. Like, I feel like Rhea could do the same thing. But you said there was no pop in the arena, right? Oh, that's a commercial. You said there was no pop in the arena for Becky, right? So
Not
in
the
your
biggest.
opinion-
It's
in your
72,000, but
opinion,
it was very
what-
small.
Would who we were clamoring for in Nia? Would
I
she
don't
have
know.
gotten a bigger pop?
I don't think. I think Mommy's so over. It didn't matter who the hell she was going
No,
against.
I'm not saying. When you're saying
No.
Becky had close to no pop, I'm saying would you be? Do you think that you would be able to hear a pop?
That's what I'm trying to
from
say.
Nia?
That's what I'm trying to say. I think
Even with the run that Nia had,
everybody
I think
was
that run
so
pretty
pro Rhea, it didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? And like Vinny just said down there about her going back. Again, I'm not saying they would never turn her face. Like I think about Bianca Belair. I think Bianca Belair never goes face again. Rhea isn't a face. She's just that's the world of wrestling that has changed over the last 15 years. They don't give a damn who's face and who's heel. They're gonna like and cheer for who they want to cheer for, regardless. You know what I mean? And Rhea's definitely character is a heel because that was the conversation in the arena. Like, well, is she heel? No, she's a tweener, but no, Judgment Day are heels. They do heel shit. But Rhea just comes off and does things that fans like. Like, all you kept hearing in my section was, we want stink face. You know what I'm saying? Because dudes is horny and don't get none. Right? So, this has to be... You're welcome. Just already got to walk off it. 15 minutes into the show. This match, I think it did deliver, but it wasn't the greatest. Right? It wasn't. I'm not sure if that was Rhea being sick. I mean, not Rhea. I'm sorry, Becky being sick or what. I'm starting to see changes in Becky Lynch's wrestling ability, and not her ability. That's the wrong word. I don't know what's going on with Becky Lynch lately. She's just not the girl who I remember her being when she was trying to get that title before she became big time Bex, before she became the man that was showing really good wrestling prowess, who she didn't have it all like a Bayley or like a Sasha Banks or a Charlotte Flair, I'm not going to do that right now. It's coming. Y'all just wait for that. Greatest of all time, Charlotte Flair. She doesn't have those things, but this match just didn't, for me, it was just okay. It was okay. A winner of this match, though, Rhea Thickley, being still the women's champion. And I'm with you, Vinny. Right choice, right person won. Becky shouldn't have won this match.
You know what? I also got to say, I hear what you're saying about, but Becky's not performing the way she was. And I'm going to tell you, I think Becky's performing, and you guys might disagree. I think Becky's performing a little bit like when Ronda was going out. When Ronda was going out.
It feels like she's on her way out the door for some reason.
Well, I mean, listen. I mean, you got to think. She's probably in her late 30s, early 40s. She has one kid. They're both on the road. Seth's with the champion. She's coming off the book tour. There's probably a lot going on. I guarantee you, the next couple of weeks leading up to the months of Backlash, I feel like you're going to see a lot of these people drop off because they were ramping them up for Mania, trying to get them through Mania, and now that we're done with Mania,
you mean time off or you mean leave?
I think time off. I think there's going to be a lot of people leaving until SummerSlam, maybe Survivor Series.
Time off, yeah. I'm with you, and I'm glad you said that. It was in my mind as I was saying it about what I thought about it, but that's what I was going with, Vinny. It's like she definitely thinks she has one foot out the door. It just feels you can tell when someone's milling it in, so to speak, right? And I've seen Becky wrestle so much better than that in the past that definitely took me there. But
Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Oh, I got some giveaways, people. I got some giveaways. Y'all get ready. It's time to up this thing up. I didn't go to WrestleMania and come home empty-handed. Just know that. Okay? But then we get this ladder match that, frankly, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Being there, I didn't see half this shit. I had to come home and watch it, okay? Because when you're at WrestleMania, you're not privileged to the camera angles you get from watching things at home on television. So watching this there live, I wasn't that impressed with the match. I come home, it's okay. And that's funny because, I like to think to myself, I want to come here and make this thing sound all rosy and cheeks and, and make it sound great and all that kind of stuff. But I'm always a realist, and I love ladder matches. I've been begging for ladder matches to come back to WrestleMania. I finally get one, and this was the bullshit they give me. I'm just being honest with you. This was the bullshit they gave me. But coming out, let's just Generation X, Triple H and Shawn Michaels. No shit. You will never be Shawn Michaels. Just give it up. Meanwhile, or first of all, I feel shitty that they all had these. They didn't even have a half an entrance. They had a quarter of an entrance as all these guys came out. Okay, when you get the Rocky tribute to Creed, I thought that was pretty cool. A-Town Down Under, I think they're the future of the business. And these masks to me from Judgment Day, which is fire. Yeah, no New Catch Republic. They're not worthy to have an intro because even the company didn't give them enough intro. They gave them fucking R-Truth and the Miz's intro. But we got both tag team titles on the line. Okay match from my standpoint. I'm going to start with you this time, Zia Silent. Your thoughts on this match?
You know what? I'm pretty sure I called this that, they were, I did say they were going to split the belts. Right. It happened a little different than I thought
most people thought Triple H's boys were going to win out, and they didn't. So,
I will say I thought that Xavier going back to the consequences Creed. Yeah. So that was pretty. I thought that was pretty dope. But again, I think New Catch Republic, for those who don't really like them or haven't been paying attention to them on SmackDown, they showed their ass off, right? Really good spots there. And then, we got some comedic relief in R-Truth. We're going to get that in a spot. And that's cool with me. Like this match did everything for me. Like it kept it going as far as the night was. There was a lot of action. For a second, that particular spot that you have the picture on, like it looked like in some form that, Judgment Day was going to retain it. And I did think that they were going to retain for a split second. Like I did, but shout out to Grayson Waller for taking that bump. I'm pretty sure he banged his head on one of those rungs, man. Cause that was nasty looking, man. But I liked this match. I thought it was great placement. On the card, and I thought it did what it was supposed to do. Like we've been talking about these tag teams, and there's at least 4 to 5, maybe 6 respectable tag teams on each brand at this point in time now. So that was the right decision to break these up. You get to showcase these top tag teams, and then you still got other tag teams that have been waiting in the wings, and then you still got another tag team in Street Profits that couldn't get in this match, but still one of the most respected tag teams. They'll get those SmackDown belts eventually. I'm gonna say like in maybe 2-3 months.
I agree with you on that one. Real fast with this one, and it's just something that and Rhea Ripley's not going face anytime soon. She's just not. I'm gonna tell you why. Even under the Triple H's era, which I'm sorry, shit. That's what they're calling it now, Dice. I'm sorry. Have I not been calling that shit that since like, I don't know, SummerSlam? It's how they dress. Her makeup, there's nothing goth that's face. Fans can cheer her all they want to. She is a villain. She was a villain in NXT. She is a villain. She is a bad person.
But that's the thing is, when she works for her. She's smart though, because if you notice, and I watch a lot of, press conferences, interviews. I mean, I'm at a desk all day, so I'm just listening. When she does her interviews with people, there's no Judgment Day type makeup.
No.
She literally shows her natural beauty. And I think that's what a lot of people like. She's naturally.
But that has zero to do with what comes off on TV. No, I'm going to interrupt you. I'm going to tell you why it doesn't. That's different. When Vince shit, can I say his name? Fuck it, this is my show. They're going to be who they are in an interview, right? When you just watched Bianca and Tez, they were Bianca and Tez. They wasn't Montez and they wasn't Bianca Belair. They were who they were. That's what interviews are for. Wrestling right now is in a booming state where a lot of people they know what reality is versus the storyline is. When they're on TV, Bianca's bigger than life. Rhea Ripley in an interview needs to be who she is so people can get who she is, because you can't separate the two anymore. But when she's on camera, she's 100% a villain. There's nothing faith about her.
My point is, if you look at a Seth Rollins interview, motherfucker's still dressing fruity as hell. Becky Lynch still got some
like that to go to Aldi's. Because people think Aldi's people think Aldi's is like a hipster store. I'm sorry, I've been shopping at Aldi's my entire life. I've been going there. I'm sorry, they were fruit hoops and frosted steaks. No, we don't eat there. Okay, sorry. All right, let's go. Let's get back into this match with Grayson Waller and them. Z is silent. Your takes. I'm sorry, Dice. Go ahead. You take over. Because you're joining me. I'm gonna say Vinny take over. Since you're joining me, I kind of thought it was still my job to do. So you got it. My bad. Go ahead.
No,
Vinny.
you're good. When I'm talking, it's like I'm standing up, so this is more weird for me.
Right.
So
your take on this, Vinny.
Well, listen, I love the costumes at WrestleMania. That's what everybody looks for. You know, we wait all year long for the new costumes, the great entrances, and I think this match really outdid itself. I mean, between DIY doing a throwback to DX with Triple H and Shawn Michaels, you know, that was kind of cool to see how that played out. You know, the Judgment Day with the masks, you know, that kind of gave me like an Andrade kind of feel with some of those masks. You know, and then the moves in this match. I mean, I got to talk about one particular spot, and that's when Damian, I forget who he was up on the ladder with, but the ladder was breaking. Like on the one side, the ladder was breaking, and Damian Priest, he got halfway up, and he said, "Hey, listen, I'm getting off this, and I'm throwing it out." Because if he didn't see that ladder was going to snap, and everybody was going to fall down like a bunch of dominoes underneath of it. And I got to tell you, man, Grayson Waller and oh Jesus, now I'm. Austin Theory. Okay. They're kind of similar. They're a little bit similar. They're both cocky. You know, one has a show. One thinks he's better than everybody else. And at first I was kind of like, why would they make these guys champions? Why? And I gotta say, I understand why. I get, after watching the match, I understand why. I am a little disappointed that DIY didn't take the titles. I feel like they were ramping these guys up for months on end. And,
guys are 10 years too late. Not 2, but 10 years too late.
I love Truth with his stupid spots.
Yeah.
I really thought it would have been funnier as if Truth set the ladder up and he went to the secondary belt hanger that had nothing to try to grab those titles. I really thought that would have went over well. But I'm going to tell you what, he only had like one spot where he pinned somebody and thought he won. But then they really made him at the end. They made him be serious. And even if you watched him on Pat McAfee on Monday, he wasn't funny. He was R-Truth when he came in, the serious R-Truth. And I honestly think now that he has the titles, you're going to see some comedian, in him still. But I really think they're going to try to change the ways because.
Did you see Wrestemania? Because
I did.
That was nothing like real or serious about that moment. He comes in, he's like you say, going back to the match. That's one of my favorite parts was the whole 1, 2, 3 and the fact that the crowd knew he was going to do that shit, right? So the crowd's like, they're cheering for him as he, doesn't win shit. You know what I'm saying? And hit one of your points, and I go right back to you with that is Theory and Grayson Waller are 2 of the 5 futures of this company. Just going to say that. They are the future of this company. They're in that future package. Put any 12 in there you want to put in there, but they're a part of the future. They're young. They're athletic. They're spoken well. One speaks better on the mic than the other. One wrestles better in the ring than the other. One's physique looks better than the other. But together, packed, I don't think they're going to keep the belts very long. I do think that's a Street Profits thing to take at this moment. But I like both those guys, and I like that winners of the outcome of both matches. Go ahead, finish your last thought, Don. I'm sorry there, Benny.
No, and then the new Catch Republic. I know they're trying to build these guys up because I'm glad they switched Butch name back to Pete Dunne because to me I think the whole Butch thing was stupid. So it was good to see him back. For he's been doing it for a while, but it's good to see him back in his natural habitat. And the last thing I have to say is, I really, as much as everybody still, chants New Day Rock, I really do think the New Day is coming to a point where, they're slowly but surely, they're being used. It's like
the New Day's enhancement talent now.
Yeah. But it's like, R-Truth for the longest time. We didn't see R-Truth. We saw R-Truth backstage. We saw him with the 24/7 title, racing around everybody else, but when he came in, everybody loved the what's up, and as they grow, we see changes here and changes there. So I'm glad we're seeing familiar faces. And this match did it for me. I mean, there were some spots that I thought could have been better, but for a ladder match, I do agree with you, Mike. I feel like it could have been a lot better. But hey, this is what we got.
Yeah, this is what we got, and it's what was going to be there. But I had to, excuse me. Again, going back and watching it on TV, which you guys had the benefit of doing the first time, I actually thought it wasn't so bad as it was when I watched it in person. But it still wasn't the best match. And I think ladder matches when they're in this many people, the best thing is to just have all the big spots, right? And one thing you also touched on, which clearly why you're an intelligent wrestling fan, when sometimes you're on AEW, I'm not sure about that, but you're displaying that you do have it inside of you. Watching what what's the big dude, the senior No Money in the Bank, now your new world champion, Damian Priest. Watching that ladder was, that shit was going to fall. Okay, so that needed to happen. So before we take a break, I want to talk about this match right here, which was, let's be honest, this was the bathroom match. Why? Because I got up and went to the bathroom when this match started. It's the match that I knew was going to be the way that it was. In the UPR, picks. I didn't pick this. I just want to say this to those who win this thing all the time. Barbara, hey, you, Willie, Steeman, Beeman. I'm talking to your punk asses because I don't pick who's going to win? I pick who I want to win. And I don't think you won, Dycez, because if you look at the records, they have not been tallied up yet. I think we all tied. For the record, just to be honest.
No. You did not vote, period. So your vote.
First of all, you were not there. David's stupid ass. Yeah, talking to you, David Sanderson. His stupid ass waits until we're in the building and say, I finally put him up. Inside that building, you couldn't vote for shit. So if you look at what I put winner, 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 and it came through. And if you could see the timestamp, it's what matters. Okay, but either day, here or there, I was there.
Night one, I had a clean sweep night one. I lost one night two, and then
that's not important.
Willie says, "Oh, I won because I got the bonus question." You got 3 wrong. I got 1. What are you talking about? You lost.
Hold on, he retained. When did he win the first time? What do you mean
I won the last one.
You won Rumble?
I won the last one.
Yeah, you win every one I attend. Just let that be known. That's all I'm going to say. But entrances were amazing. Dom should have won. I mean, God. Give me a second. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I got lost in her for a second. And then Selena Vega and that turncoat Andrade. What a bitch. Okay? I want you to know that. Andreas, you a bitch. And you're only on this card because your wife, Charlotte Flair, is coming back soon. Then we get this match. I mean, I get when you come to SmackDown show on Saturday, you're going to hear Vic go, and speak Spanish. Right? I'm not going to try to speak it. Okay.
I don't even know what the fuck is going on.
He's going to start. I thought Rey Mysterio and Andrade and Santa this leading Dom being kicked out of the Judgment Day.
It possibly on Monday.
We thought possibly until I think night 2 came in and he won the title. So that kind of changed. Because remember, in the first press conference from night 1, Rhea Thickley was not happy. She was like, hey, the boys did not show up tonight. I'm the only one that won. We're going to have a conversation and talk about this thing. And then day 2 happened. But overall, I just wasn't, like I said, most of this match, I was there spending too much money on chicken and Pete's like an idiot. Here's the thing, people, when you go to WrestleMania. You say to yourself, I'm not going to spend a bunch of money. Then your ass gets around a bunch of people, and your dumb ass starts spending money. I want you to understand it's Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Philadelphia Eagles. $18. Let's go. At $18 for chicken and peach fries, it only costs $9. First of all, fuck you. Second of all, I'm the idiot for this one. This cup by itself costs $5 in the superstore, but I was thirsty, Vinny. So this cup cost me $14.
Where'd you get a cheesesteak at? Where'd you get a cheesesteak at in Philly?
Oh,
come on, tell me.
Listen, it's coming. Okay, I went to Max's in Germantown. Sorry. I got people who inbox me and comment, I went to Gino's. I went to Pat's. I said, listen to you, Mike Knoxxx. I've been saying it forever.
Those places suck.
Them places suck. We know we're in the Orlando area where you got to go. LaSpada's. We support that all the damn time. And the turkey was good. I ain't going to lie to you, Vinny. Man, this food was so good. My kids wanted to smack their mama while they were in the restaurant. Okay,
wait,
at Max's.
Turkey cheesesteak?
Had a what?
When you say a turkey? You had turkey cheesesteak?
Well, I had a bunch of food, brother. I walked out there with
that sounds like some shit there, bro. I would have tried that motherfucker.
Their whole was like I want to say 32 inches. You know what I'm saying? For $23. And they cut it up in 5 pieces. So like each person can have like a more than a half a cheesesteak. And we bought like 4 of them shits. Okay. Fly, Eagles, fly. So they're on this match on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles. Listen, they pissed me off during this match because Dirty Dom was supposed to win this fucking match because his father, who's a fatherless bastard, stole it from him last year when he whooped his ass in front of the world. You embarrassed yourself by whooping him, and now you're going to pin him again? Why? Because my Eagles came out there and helped you? Bullshit. I hated this match. I went to the bathroom, and I'm glad I went to the bathroom doing this match. Dycez gets out and walks out because his team had a song, but they're no longer in San Diego. So they don't have a song anymore. So I'm going to start with you this time, Vinny. Your take on this match and the LWO winning and being victorious with the help of the 2 Philadelphia Eagles.
You know, I mean, it was a surprise to see Lane Johnson and, oh God, now I'm forgetting his name. Lane Johnson and,
Jason Kelsey.
Yeah, Jason Kelsey. It was cool to see these guys. But honestly, you're right. I mean, if you had to pick one match of the whole night, this was it. I mean, there was a lot of offense. There was some good matches. I mean, good moves, and there was a lot of flips and turns and things like that. But I honestly feel like this match put together was rushed. There really wasn't any storyline. I mean, everybody was turning on each other, and then this was kind of thrown together. So this is one of the matches where usually one of the women's matches would have been, hey, let's go get a drink or let's go to the bathroom. But this by far was the match.
To go to the bathroom on, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. You know what's weird? Shout out to my intelligent wrestling fan, my daughter, who's like all of, I don't know, fucking 13 years old, who be knowing what bathroom matches be to go to the bathroom on. Okay. I'm just saying, shout out to Michaela Wonders. Make sure y'all follow my baby's YouTube and what do you call that shit they be using? TikTok pages. But Dycez, your take on this match with the LWO. And I'm like you, who put that up there? I think it was Jeffrey. I definitely thought Carlito was going to turn because he should turn. The fact that Rey Mysterio was so easily persuaded by Andrade to be in this match, I thought was bullshit. This was politics, and as much as I glorify Triple H and what he's done, he does some fucked up shit to people. Nia Jax should have been part of WrestleMania, and Andrade does not deserve to be part of WrestleMania. The man was just wrestling it all out or whatever the shit that was a couple months ago. That's all I'm saying. You should have put the people. You brought Carlito back to do what? To spit in the face people don't want to be cool? Watch out, like you might have to duck because you're not being cool. Your take, Dycez.
Yeah, Mike, you are that Joaquin Wild spot crazy. They launched the shit out of his ass. Like, woo! And,
they always launch his ass. Pause.
No Diddy. Jesus.
No Diddy.
Oh, Lord. We're going to get censored today.
Yeah, well, we've been censored.
Listen, they be watching. I will say this, for this to be, is this Andrade's first Mania? I feel like it is. Maybe he was on a pre-show before, but I feel like this is his first Mania. I think it was cool. It was a good moment for him being there with veterans.
And fuck Dave Meltzer, who said that Grayson Waller and Adam Thurber going to get released. And now look at them. Okay. Goofy. Some bitch. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And everybody knows you watch the Smackdown review show, a.k.a. the Smackdown Penitentiary, every Saturday at noon.
Welcome to the Smackdown Penitentiary.
Sorry, I just like doing it.
But everybody knows I'm a huge fan of Santos Escobar. We had the discussion that if you literally put Santos and Andrade in the ring versus each other one-on-one,
I love Escobar. I think Escobar is way better in the ring than me.
They are literally the second coming of Alberto Del Rio. Now, if you like Del Rio's wrestling a little bit more, you're going to take Andrade. But if you like Del Rio's character more, you're going to take Santos Escobar. So they both have things from Alberto Del Rio, who is one of the greatest that, of Mexican heritage. And he is. And granted, he is one of the greatest champions that they've had, but he was in a really bad era, like a really bad era that, just didn't go for him. But this match did everything that it was supposed to do. It did everything that we thought it was going to do. Ray got his ass whooped by his daddy again. Dominic got his ass whooped by his daddy again, right? And then Andrade gets a good showing because his wife isn't there, so there's a flare there somewhere, right? And then Santos Escobar in his first Mania, it did the job. It wasn't boring. It wasn't over the top, but it was just good, right? Like I didn't call it a bathroom match, but I also like every competitor there. And why would you go to the bathroom when Zelina Vega is on your screen?
Easy, because if you saw where I was sitting there, I couldn't see that ass anyway. Okay, so, Vinny, your take on this match. We take our first break tonight.
Wait, I already talked about it.
Yeah, you already.
There you did. Well, in that case, guys, coming up tonight after NXT, you'll see NXT review show. We'll be right back.
Real quick, I'm gonna read this. Stacks is a fraud wearing Louis Vuitton.
Okay, listen, Jeff, if you're going to talk shit about Stacks, at least spell the name of the brand right. It's Louis Vuitton with a U, not an I, number one. And number two, not every mafioso needs to wear Italian anything. You can wear French, you can wear Spanish, you can wear Asian. You can wear any type of brand from other places. It doesn't have to be just Italian. Yes, they're acting as stereotypical Italian mafia people.
I'm sorry.
Every mafia person out there in the world only wears Italian name brand designers. No, they wear other stuff too.
I'm sorry, I'm trying not to laugh so hard, but this was great. Like, I like how like you saw this comment and you immediately was like, "Look, okay, all right."
If you're gonna insult somebody with something, at least spell it right. And that is not how you spell Louis Vuitton, because Louis Vuitton is with a U, not an I.
I'm glad that you see. I would have never saw the difference here. And here it was, you immediately said, no, get that out of here, because that's wrong.
Loving fashion, I know.
Well, first of all, Jack, you wouldn't know Louis Vuitton spell like anyway. Second of all, wrestling dog, you are right. That's why my ass I never comment on y'all shows because I ain't spelling shit wrong. Y'all make fun of me. Thirdly, guess what? I ain't wearing no South Pole. Okay? No, it is not okay to wear anything and everything. FUBU was not made for you. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? And yes, I still wear Tommy Hilfiger after he told me point blank, period. I don't make these clothes for your people. Damn it, Tommy. It's okay. I still wear them shits anyway. But
You still want to Tommy Hilfiger, but you wouldn't say Hulk Hogan's name for a whole 2 years? I
only say it when I'm drunk. So let's not get. Listen, I had a chance. This how much you know. I'm gonna be you're gonna be mad at me right now. A little side story about WrestleMania the world. Got in to go see Rhea Ripley. It was too packed. We couldn't get in. That's how I got all this other free merchandise from WWE. They made up for it by giving me a whole bunch of other free things. But I could have went and seen Hogan, and Willie was like, "Yo, Hogan's over there. Let's go see Hogan." I said, "No." He said, "I'm trying to go see Hogan." I said, "Go." I wasn't trying to go.
So did he go over there?
No, he didn't go. Willie he was hanging with the fam. You know what I'm saying? My family's awesome. You've been to us when we watching wrestling. You know how we get down. You saw some of the pictures. But let's talk about this match that I want to really get into a little bit right here, guys. Because a lot of people, what's going on, Charmaine? A lot of people didn't like this match. I've watched this match several times. Okay, several. I'm not lying when I say that. Like, I haven't watched all of Mania. I've watched this match 3 times already. Okay, so that's a few, not several. A few times. Yeet, first of all, everywhere you went, somebody was yeeting, and my black ass was screaming no yeet until I started losing my voice and realized how much easier it is to just say no every time they say yeet. And if you flip it, who did it first, it was coming off like no yeet. My son, y'all saw how he is. He got it. There's like a consultant's face all night too when we lost. Shout out to my kids for just being as awesome as their father. But you know what? And while I'm there, shout out to my family, and especially my kids. And Dycez, this is personal. You know this, and people who don't know, I always bring y'all into some of my world. My kids were awesome this week. Just flat out.
I was so upset that I wasn't able to be there.
Flat out awesome.
Kids make me love wrestling.
To look at things from their eyes and their perspectives. I saw Steve bring his kids to wrestling, and it melts my heart. Like, I'll be 49 years old this year, yo. I'm doing this for my kids at this point and looking at it through their faces. But we get brother versus brother. This is one of the best photos I made, so I keep it on the screen all the time. That's why I keep using it over and over, because I just don't know if I can ever duplicate how dope I think I made this picture. But we got yeet versus no yeet. But Dyce and Vinny, most people, and I hated this match, and I keep watching, like, did I miss something? Like, am I missing something? Did people not understand Hashtag, where you at, Michael Smith? Wrestling is storyline. Hashtag death to dirt sheets. This match had story. They're twins. Identical twins. Born 9 minutes apart. I am no longer my brother's keeper. No longer. What was there not to like about this match? It was a mirror image of one from the other. One kicked, the other kicked. One punched, the other punched. One got woozy, the other one got woozy. From the womb to the tomb, to me, it wasn't the best match of WrestleMania, but it was one of my favorite matches of WrestleMania. From the entrance, and a couple weeks ago, I've been saying it for a while, he is the second most over wrestler in wrestling. I take it back, people. And Cody Rhodes fans, you can S my D, because you're wrong. Jey Uso is the most over man in the WWE as far as faces are concerned. You have not seen the likes of a crowd doing this since the Yes chant. And shout out to WWE for being smart enough to have him do this, because it has replaced the Yes chant. Because
he's been doing this shit for years. There was a Rocket when he had the face paint on. He was doing it for years.
For years.
Y'all
but
now with the Musa Moo.
Musa Moo. Hold on, you down here. Hold on, you know I've been down since day one. This is why I got the shirt, motherfucker. Okay, but this match, to me, I felt it delivered on everything except for the greatest rapper alive line. Because like my whole section was like, Biggie, Tupac? It was weird. Then he came out, and it was whatever. It's Lil Wayne. If you're in that Lil Wayne era, you think he's the GOAT. I'm not going to debate that, which he's just not my GOAT. But
somebody said who let Leo Rush on the stage to perform?
Oh shit! Shout out to my uncle checking in. Talking about him when I get to night 2 as I hung out with my family night 2. But I absolutely love this match. I'm sorry. I don't think. What's say? I'll let Vinny talk.
You want to let Vinny go off, so when you get done, go to Vinny. Don't go to me. Go to Vinny.
Oh, I was going to Vinny next anyway because you went first. No, Vinny went first last time, so I was going to you next. So I'm going to go to you next because then I know Vinny's going to go off. So I'll go with you first, Z, man. Z, your takes on this match, because I know you kind of echo my sentiments.
Listen, everybody knows I've been down with the Usos since the face paint, since they came out in flannels with Tamina. And they attacked the Hart Dynasty. I've been with them for that long. I've been a Jey fan for that long. Once you could tell the difference between the brothers, then you can pick one. But I've been.
Which one are you?
I've been a fan of that promo. Yep, that promo. The right hand man. Like, come on, I've been a fan, right? And we've always had this. You think Jimmy's better? I think Jay's better.
No. Let me just say this that's a big clarification I have to make. I don't think one's better than the other. That's absolutely me just being a wrestling fan. I am a fan. I'm not a fan of. To me, you can't choose. Can you say what you said definitively is one over more than the other? Absolutely. But who made that happen? Your tribal chief. Neither one of these guys would be important solo-wise without Roman Reigns. So I just hated the fact that wrestling fans quickly was to shit on Jimmy to go to Jey. So I didn't make say, you know what? They're going to go to Jey. I'm going to go to Jimmy. Plus, one went to blue and one went to red, and I rock red. So I was just team no yeet for that reason. But I, as I say all the time when they come to wrestling, I don't like the bloodline to fight. I don't like these brothers to fight. I want them together as a unit. It was sad to see, but in wrestling terms, it had to happen. And so I chose a side, and clearly the wrong side won because Jey already is over. Jimmy got no crowd reaction at all. I was there, even on TV, okay? See, Jeff, you can say that, okay? But so I just think, Jey is, Jey overrated? I mean, that's saying the Usos overrated. Again, this match shows you they're one and the same. That's what this match psychology was. They were one and the same. Go ahead, Dycez, we can get out of here. My bad, I talk too much.
You good. So I want to focus on this comment because if you couldn't tell the story that was being told, I will tell you to go back and watch Brett versus Owen, right?
Don't compare.
So
that,
if you look at, I am comparing it.
Not in that ring because you guys would fix it. Listen, Owen in that ring was.
Listen, well, I've got the ingredients if you let me cook, right? So if you're comparing brothers that are damn near the same, right? If you want to look at Bret and Owen, suplex machines, submission machines, they both had it. If you look back at that match, it was a technical showcase.
Mm-hmm.
This match, these guys are strikers. The Usos are strikers. What did they do? They struck. And anything you can do, I can do better. That's
over
it.
and over,
over and over. Look at all the brother matches from Mania. Look at Bret versus Owen. Look at
well, Jeff and Matt sucked.
It definitely sucked, but it's on the same. They're all telling the same story, right? And this is little brother versus big brother, right? And little brother has surpassed big brother in a sense because he's more popular, because he's over, because he's taking more abuse from Roman than Jimmy has, right? Like Jimmy took the abuse and then he came right back. Jay took the abuse and left. Right, so the story in the ring from what I got, right? It's about growth as a brother, growth as a human being.
Because, get your ass up.
Yeah, he's like he's talking to him.
I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm gonna beat your ass.
I'm gonna knock the beat out your ass. Like the little brother is now telling the big brother this, right? So now the little brother, in a sense, he's stepped up to big bro, saying, "I'm on your level now," because if you look back of when Jimmy turned on Jay, when Jay went off in his promo before he super kicked Roman, he always said, "I'm trying to keep up with your ass, Mr. Prom King, most likely to succeed."
Yeah,
it all goes back to that. So that's the story that's coming full circle in that ring. And if the match wasn't good for some of you guys, that's okay, because there's always room for Jello. This isn't done with those guys.
I love that you use my line. I love it. There's always room for Jello. Jello. See, wrestling doll I can spell. Go ahead, Vinny. And people waiting for you, please. No yeet. That's my baby. No yeet.
Listen, I'm gonna break it down.
No yeet. No. I'm on air. Shut up. No.
Jeffrey, you don't want EC to chime in. Please. We don't. Go ahead. Vinny.
Listen, let me be frank. I'm going to break this down like
you're Vinny, so go ahead.
I'm going to break this down like an ice cream sundae, okay? Every rock band goes through a split. Bon Jovi went on a solo. Motley Crue, Vince Neil went on solo. So what I mean is that they have to have this match, these two brothers to go at it, this, to have the storyline to come full circle, to come together. And I feel like this match had it all. You had the ups, you had the downs. I mean, you had the super kicks against the super kicks. And there's always one brother that goes further in life. And we talk about the Hardy Boys. We talk about Jeff. Jeff went further than Matt. We talk about Bret Hart and Owen Hart. Bret went further than Owen. So what I'm going to say is listen, I'm going to go with Yeet because
Yeet.
I'm going to go with Yeet.
No, Yeet.
I do feel like Jay has this going for him.
He does.
He's way over. And I'm going to tell you this, for him to separate from the bloodline, he had to do that to get in this spot. He is the biggest thing going right now. His merchandise is blowing off the shelves. I mean, you can't even go on WWE.com sometimes and get the Yeet sunglasses, the Yeet shirts, the hats, the sweaters.
Vinny, no bullshit. I'm at WrestleMania, the Superstore, and I'm like, shit, that motherfucking hoodie's fire. Like, it was like a regular like cotton hoodie, but the Yeet was out like a rug. I don't know what kind of material, but it was like, coming off of the shirt. Like a rug, and I was this close to buying that bitch. It wasn't $65. But we all know if you spend way more money, just wait till tonight or tomorrow, y'all. That should be 50% off. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get it all too.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna get it all because you know what? When I did my WrestleMania watch party over at Friendly Confines, I was giving away merchandise, T-shirts. I was giving away copies of 2K24.
I'm mad I wasn't there to get that damn chicken they be having.
Well, listen, I got SummerSlam coming up. I got 4.5 months to prep for that. So I'm throwing a big SummerSlam party and be giving away a bunch of WrestleMania merchandise. I think I might even give away a belt. I'm not too sure, but listen, if my cards play out the way I wanted to, I might be getting a belt donated to me and I'm going to give it out. I'm going to do a raffle for it, but I'm going to tell you what, this match, it had it all. people were on their feet for this match, and there are the haters out there, yeet, no yeet, whatever your preference is. But at the end of the day, this match told a story. It did not fall through, and now the full circle is that I feel like right when we get to the bottom, just like Paul Heyman said, the bottom of the ninth, these guys are going to reunite, and it's going to be bigger than ever.
I absolutely. That shocked me too, Vinny. Executive Consultant's mad because a lot of people did not like this match. I was not one of them. Coming out, that's the first thing he said, well, what do you like? And everybody was like, I didn't like this. I didn't like this. I love this match. And I did think the wrong person won. And again, not because he's the most over guy in wrestling. I just thought Jimmy really, really does need it more. But when you think of certain things in wrestling, I mean, it is what it is. Moving on is the handshake.
There was nothing. I'm sorry. This is your show. What?
No,
there was
fine.
Executive Consultant. There was nothing wrong with this. I need you to stop with the sour grapes. But you know what?
I'm sorry. Did you not see his face? I'm sorry. I was at wrestling with him, brother. His face is not sour. That's just how that shit looks.
Just for you, because I told you every single show that I am on, I'm going to make it my business to get you some shine because you want to be in the comments.
Where that?
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Here's an unpopular review.
$14.99.
If you like to support the bogus thoughts that Executive Consultant,
$14.99.
Listen, you can get you a $14.99 Executive Consultant Executive Contradiction shirt that says on the front, I know it all. Executive Consultant on the front, and then Executive Contradiction on the back. Well, I thought I did. That's the thing. $14.99. He never knows what he's talking about. He's so flip-floppy. But you know what? $14.99, you can support the real ones.
Well, let's talk about the B.G.M. match, the Black Girl Magic match that, again, guys, I'm sorry. I have 2 little black girls as my daughters, and my one oldest daughter didn't like wrestling until she got with a man. My wife always tells me dick over dad. So I guess I lost that one. You know what I'm saying? But my little one's still here. You know what I mean? And she loves her papa. Okay. And I love her for it. And this match was every single thing I didn't expect, to be honest with you. I didn't know what to expect in this match other than I knew who was going to win. Right? There's no way you're going to have Jade Cargill lose her first big match of the night. This was more about those girls winning than anything else. Shout out to Michael Cole talking about King Coda and how she must be brave as hell wearing that outfit, because I'm gonna say something. At this point, it was Cole. And people can say all they want to, like, hey, Norman, not Osborne from TSA in Philadelphia, who's an asshole, when he says, where you guys from? You guys aren't from here. I said, yeah, I am. I just left. He said, well, when people leave, they come back. I said, only the idiots. Okay? It was cold. Vinny, you from Philadelphia. Are you leaving Florida for Philly?
I was born in Florida, but I was raised in Philly.
But where you live at?
I live in Florida right now.
That's my point. That's my point. Who the hell's going back there for that shit? Okay? They were like 53 degrees. No, it was 25 degrees. It was cold as hell. And Dakota Kai here.
And that's the only thing that you better say about King Coda. No disrespect, because there will be no King Coda slander on any show that the Almighty is on.
I literally said in a live beforehand, picking at Dycez, like, only if you knew who I was talking about, you to get it. Oh, you complaining? But at least I'm here. And then by the end of the night, I called him. I said, yeah, it was cold. You won that. It wasn't worth it to me. I don't give a damn what any of you guys say. I was freezing, okay? I don't give a damn. I had a hat on. I had on layers. I refused to wear the same WrestleMania coat because everybody had the same coat I bought. Chalkline, I love you. I will always support you. But the fact that you guys are now big business and you're not so exclusive anymore, I got to be careful at what I buy, right? Because everybody has your gear now. And I didn't like that part. But this entrances was amazing. Can somebody I feel like I was watching like the best of like Mortal Kombat versus Wakanda Forever. I didn't know what the hell was going on with this entrance.
Naomi over here looking like Lil Nas X. I ain't like it.
I ain't, what the hell? Like I said, I thought there was a Raiden hat with a little bit of, Wakanda Forever in it. But these girls come out. They look. I'm just saying, like, I'm sorry. Like, if you don't get, if you've never had none, just pause the channel right now and go to the bathroom. It's okay. I don't understand. Come back after it's all said and done. But this match was in progress, and the crowd was actually cheering for Jade Cargill to get in this match. And I kept saying, for what? And I'm gonna say this. I gotta say it because I'm who I am. Jade Cargill is a star. But I heard somebody say, she's way better than Sasha Banks ever could be. And I damn near threw up. Let's not act like because CEO went to AEW and fucked up the bag. But did she really? She got $3.1 million from AEW. Okay?
Wow.
What did you say? I just saw a post that said Roman Reigns said his leukemia has never been gone. He had a press conference.
If it's actually there.
Yeah, but he had a press conference that said his leukemia is never gone. He has to live with it forever. But Jade Cargill cannot lay Sasha Banks' boots inside that square circle. She looks like $1 million. She is $1 million. Wrestling's about, at least WWE wrestling is about how you look. Larger than life superstars. She's all that. But let's not get it confused and say she's a prowess in a wrestling ring. There's a reason why they've held her out for as long as they've held her out. And then she only had the small amount of matches or in-ring action she had. And AEW was no different. You think, oh, because she went to the Performance Center, she's supposed to get better, this, that, and the third. She didn't. She didn't. She's the same Jade Cargill we had in AEW, and it's a shame. But Bianca Belair was there. Naomi was there. Asuka was there. It's a shame that Asuka had to have a... I found out Asuka's winless at WrestleMania. That's kind of sad. I'm going to start off with you this time, Vinny. Your thoughts on Damage Control taking on the Super Friends is what Corey Graves referred to them as.
Well, listen, before I get into this, I just got to tell you, I got 2 shirts debuting this Wednesday on AEW Dynamite. I got my flocking t-shirt coming out.
Ah! What is flocking?
And I also got a bunch of mooks. I got those t-shirts on the way. So Wednesday, I'm going to be revealing the t-shirts. If you want to buy them, I'm going to have a link for you. You can purchase them there. But I got to tell you, this was like DC taking on the Marvel crew. This is what I look at. This is Street Fighter taking on Mortal Kombat. Because hold on. I'm talking about the way they dressed. It was I feel like it was a little throwback to like a Mortal Kombat on one end, and then you had you kind of had like a Street Fighter on the other. But the match to me it flew. I mean, it went nicely. There were good spots. There were bad spots. They did not disappoint with this match. But at the end of the day, we all knew that Jade Cargill wasn't going to come into the match right off the bat or into WWE and lose a match. We knew this. And at the end, Damage Control, they look really bad, both night 1 and by night 2. So, I mean, I feel like there's going to be big things in the future for Jade Cargill. I think Naomi coming back is a big thing for WWE. I think they're going to do a lot with her. And Bianca Belair, I mean, we know what she's capable of doing. I mean, she's the EST of WWE. So there's no much more that can be said for that.
There was a question asked, who's DC, who's Marvel?
I'm winner, clearly.
Shut up.
I'm going to say Marvel was Cargill.
No way. Marvel don't have no Superwoman, which is Jade Cargill. Marvel doesn't have no Bianca Belair. Listen, you take out the Phoenix. That's a powerful thing, okay? I get that part. I just said take out the Phoenix, right? I just said take out Wanda, but that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. DC overall, and I'm maybe stop. Don't make me pick. Okay, I didn't want to pick. Real fast, I realize the time I'm going a little too long here. Real fast.
This is what you wanted. Shut up. Talk about this.
Go ahead. I said.
I hated it. Didn't care about it. All right, cool. Okay. Let's go bust some nuts over 3 black women. I'm over this shit.
B.G.M.
I'm sorry. As a black man, B.G.M. I am over this.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna
don't do that. Because as a black man who knows you,
asked me to be on the show.
No. As a black man, now I'm gonna let you cook. I'm gonna let you cook, but it's a Mike Knoxxx show. I'm gonna let you cook. It's a Mike Knoxxx show. As a black man, you never support black people. I'm just being honest. You never support black people as a black man.
You want to know why? The internet wrestling community, the black internet wrestling community, are the most annoying fans. It's not the internet, it's the black ones. These motherfuckers, they think everybody needs to be entitled to something, right? Like, before you saw your first favorite black wrestler, you watched fucking Hulk Hogan.
That has something to do with it. That has nothing to do with it.
Time out. If you're talking about representation, it's cool. Representation is cool. I don't need it shoved down my throat to remind me what I'm watching on the screen.
Is it wrestling always shoved down your throat?
I am talking about the representation. Nobody ever looks at a white wrestler and is like, oh yeah. You know,
because it's their fucking world. What are you talking about? Of course not. No one says, oh my God, look at Hogan. He's had the belt too long. Or Bruno Sammartino. It's their company. Even Bianca said in the press conference, I want to get past the point where it's not a first. That's not their fault that it's a first.
Okay, let me ask you this.
A first is a first. You're right. I agree with what you're saying in totality, but stand on the fact that stand on the fact that we don't get those opportunities. We don't get the fact to be this or that. That's a fact. That's not an opinion. So yeah, do black wrestling fans go too fucking far? Absolutely. I would agree with you. But let's not understand what they're saying is still important. Black lives matter. Yes, it does. I'm not saying that white lives don't matter or blue lives don't matter, but they wasn't getting shot and killed. That's all I'm saying. Let's take the facts.
Okay, let's stop before we get a million man mark.
B.G.M.
That's the problem. Like, every single time there's a black person on the screen, now everybody got to rally behind it. Not every black wrestler, no matter if they made it on TV or not, is a fucking star. That's my point.
I agree.
I've never heard anybody say, "Well, you know, these Scottish people and Drew McIntyre, they're really coming up with representation." Nobody said it. Nobody.
They had Roddy Piper,
but nobody. Okay, we had Junkyard Dog. I never heard nobody.
He wore a fucking chain around his neck as a runaway slave. What are you talking about?
There it goes. You hold up. You know what? So I'm done with the thing, because we will never agree on that, right? But it was something that you said. It's something that you said in your comments, and you know I had the fact that you was like, "Oh, they got." Oh, wait, we're not on that part. Wait till we get to that part. But
I don't know what I'm talking about yet.
Let's go next time.
I wasn't gonna bring it up. So I know what you're talking about now.
I will say this. Yes, this is great, right? But I don't think that I'm going to lose my mind over this, because y'all wasn't cheering for Naomi like that. Like a month and a half ago, y'all was talking about she's trash and she should have stayed in TNA. Now all of a sudden she gets some two people that are projected to be better than her, and all of a sudden y'all busting nuts over.
There's a difference between they and them. Wrestling fans, not just black fans. Wrestling fans was ripping Naomi, not black fans. Wrestling fans. Don't let a few apples, like I'm gonna say his name, Jason Michael Campbell, who's not black, by the way, ruin your thoughts about somebody. You get what I'm saying? I'm quite sure I say some shit that you don't like. You still listen to Mike Knoxxx show. You don't like it.
I listen because I'm a friend and I'm a supporter, and I am the alpha to your omega. But my point is, when we're talking about race, right? It's a very touchy thing, because the minute that I say that I don't like something black because I'm black, it could like.
No, I do, because you never support Dice. You never support.
I take it because I don't support the stereotype that we have to.
Because you're from Lower Delaware.
Let me choose.
It's also a product.
That's my point.
Shout out to my man Michael Lee.
You can't get mad at me because I choose to say I don't like this wrestler.
No.
Because
I get on you because you know what happens? I'm sorry I cut you off. I'm gonna move on. You know why I do that? Because when I don't like something, I don't say it. I don't even if I don't like. Up until 2 weeks ago, about the Booker T incident with Triple H, I've never mentioned it on air in all the years I've been doing what I do. You know why I don't? Because when they do something wrong, I don't have to say, if I don't like it or I think it's whatever it is, I don't go against it. That's my point with you. I don't have to like it. I'm not gonna verbally come out and say, oh, they're wrong for that shit. Just let it live. It ain't gonna do with me. But I'm not gonna go against it. These are 3 black women, and not just the black women. Every woman this entire weekend did their fucking thing. Every single one of them. I can never say I've seen more best performances in women's wrestling overall than I've seen this past weekend. But the representation of having black women be in a main event status the way they were and be showcased the way they were as strong black women does not happen. And I have a little black girl who put in the comments right here how much it meant to her. So that's why I stand 10 toes on that shit, because it's not an everyday thing. Mr. T wasn't loved by blacks because Mr. T wasn't representing blacks. But even then,
pity the fool.
But even then, I didn't rip it. I'm not gonna rip him. Junkyard Dog, was I not a fan of? Did I not have remember them hard ass toys like this fucking big that didn't move? They were just in their poses. You know what I'm talking about? You put them in the bathtub and body slam them, right? I'm not saying I hate a Junkyard Dog, but even as a kid, it's up to KME. This man is wearing a chain around his truck running. That was what we knew what it was. The world has changing. Triple H and the WWE is changing. The world will no longer let you sit inside of something and know that it's bullshit. They move on from it. That's why, again, I'm going to move on. Her comment saying, I want this to be the norm. And that's what we're waiting for, where it's not the beginning anymore. But it still takes time. And taking time, anybody who thought Gable was going to come out here and interfere with this match just doesn't know Chad Gable. I think now, you're talking about Rhea Ripley being the one to turn face soon. No, I think Chad Gable's turning heel soon. I think that's way more obvious than Rhea. They've given you no signs in wrestling that Rhea's turning face. Zero signs. But they're giving you signs that Chad Gable is turning heel. And this match, the Ring General, last time Vinny was this quiet he was asleep. Well, you know what? When you get overshadowed by the Alphas and the Omegas, that's what happens sometimes. He better get the fuck in where he fits in. I brought him on the show to be Vinny.
The Holy Trinity. You got to do it. You got to.
I brought Vinny on to be Vinny. That's for sure. That's why I said, this is gonna be a great show. I got Vinny coming. Right? We've done shows together, but he is pretty quiet. I was a little shocked by that as well. We have the tendency to bully people, so you got to stop it and get in. But this match, first of all, that dude in the green shirt's pissing me the fuck off. Okay,
he's in the fucking 2K game.
Every fucking where he's in the damn middle, in the same seat. And
do you think they're paying this guy? Do you honestly? I think he's getting free stuff. I really do. I don't think. I think after a while of you putting your own money into it, I really think you get perks from WWE for them helping you out.
They do not. They do not. I know for a fact that he pays for
AEW probably does.
I know for a fact because AEW definitely does. But I know for a fact on both those things I just said that he doesn't. He pays for those seats. My man Mo King Mo _ Eden, belt extraordinaire, belt king himself. He knows him personally. He's spoken to this guy. He spends that kind of money. He just spends his money. I know how to get the front seat if I had the money to pay for it every single time. You know what I'm saying? It's not difficult. Once you know the section, once you know the city, once you know the stadiums, it's easy to get it. But I picked this picture because he never claps. He never cheers. This is the first time I've ever seen him
on his face. I think it was the triple threat match with Logan Paul and Orton but if you look at him, he just enjoys it with his face. Like he's just watching. That's it. Like he's in admiration of what he's watching, which I can respect, but still, sometimes he claps, most time he doesn't.
I just wonder if he got 1,000 of those shirts that he stink. That's all I really want to know, because I met the Blue Meanie in person and he stinks. Okay,
he got a whole closet of them shits like Doug Funny vest.
This was my favorite match of WrestleMania. Of the night, like even more than a tag team match. I'm gonna tell you why night 1 and night 2 main events. Not saying they wasn't the best match, my favorite matches. I thought in the squared circle, these matches were completely amazing between Sami Zayn and the Ring General because I knew the outcome, but the way they performed, I to give some women some credit, going back to watching Charlotte Flair and Rhea Thickly last year, I said it was a hard-hitting match, like watching Charlotte versus Ronda Rousey. It was a shoot match. This match was heavy-hitting, and this man, Sami Zayn, took an ass-whooping. But Ring General never talked so much trash in the ring. That's meaning the match wasn't going to go the way that he wanted it to go. I know they called this a dinosaur dropkick until I saw the replay. But this match on every level to me delivered. Sami hits him with the super finisher if you play WWE 2K24, which is amazing. Shout out to Gunther for being able to, when wrestling happens, it's a two-way street on how a match and how a move takes place. This was definitely something that the match took place. But shout out to Sami Zayn. He won this, and I knew for 100% that Sami was winning this match when I saw the Roman Reigns A&E documentary, when Roman gave him a shout out to what he was to him. And in that moment, it was in that moment you said, this man deserves all he did. You got to think what he went through the last 2 years. So I thought he definitely deserved this. I'm going to start with you, Vincent LaSpada, from Vincent LaSpada's 2 locations in Orlando, Lake Mary and Orlando. Vinny, your take on this match.
I wasn't a fan. I'm going to tell you why. I'm very disappointed in the way that they're using Sami. I think they're overestimating Sami They keep giving him the Intercontinental Championship. This is the 4th time he's held it. So my thing is,
he's not world champion material. This is his coup de grace. He will never be world champion. Some people in wrestling, I think wrestling fans have to understand something. Everybody's not world championship material. This is not ECW. This is not, WWE before they had a bunch of people to be great in life. Certain people are just, I'm a Sami Zayn mark from day one in this company. I love Sami. Sami's not ever going to touch that world title. Well, I won't say ever, but it's more than likely not going to touch the title because it's just he's a mid-card guy. And it's okay to be a mid. Look at Finn Balor. Finn Balor will never be back to promise the way that he used to be, the way that he's being booked, right? Sami's being booked as the worker, the dark horse kind of guy. Dark horse, stupid video game. Go ahead, Vinny. I need a shot.
Listen, I can name 2 people right now that I think shouldn't have been world champion. I don't think Rey Mysterio should have been world champion. And I
gotta go off.
And listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now, and you both are gonna look at me like I'm crazy. I do not think that Drew McIntyre is championship material. I don't.
He lost his belt in 25 seconds.
Daniel Bryan's off in 14.
That's the reason.
Or 11.
He's a good wrestler. He can put one hell of a show on. But at the end of the day, I can't take this man serious after coming off the 3-man band.
You know why I say, Vinny, the difference between the two is?
No.
You know why I say the difference between the two is, Vinny? Because, and I know you look at wrestling different than I do, right? But hopefully we can be on the same page on this one.
Crack kills.
Actually, crack doesn't kill. Heroin kills. I thought people got that kind of fucked up. Crack, you can smoke. You can smoke crack all day. But here's my thing, Vinny. Drew McIntyre looks like a star.
He does.
That's why I say in the world of WWE, he can be world champion. But go ahead. I'll let you continue to cook.
Listen, I had a feeling he was going to win it. But to me, I think they should have put somebody else besides Sami to beat Gunther. Because let's face it, in a real fight, Sami would lose. He would get squashed. It wouldn't have been a competition. So for Sami to beat the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time, I think was a little shame. I would have loved to see somebody that actually
Gable. You think Gable more than Sami? Just asking because that was what everybody was saying. So
no, I don't think Gable over Sami.
Okay,
but I'm gonna tell you what. Last year's WrestleMania triple threat between Sheamus, Gunther, and
Sheamus, Gunther, and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, that was one hell of a match. And I tell you this right now: if all 3 of those, if 2 of those men were in this match, in a triple 4-way match, I would have said this would have been a hell of a match over this.
There were a triple 4-way.
I mean, a 4-way match.
I always fuck up shit. So when somebody else's fuck up, I gotta catch it. Go ahead. I think he pulled his mic out. I've done that plenty of times. Pause.
I'm here.
No, not you, Vinny.
But I tell you what, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Sami looked great. He had some good offense moves. Gunther really tried his hardest. And we all knew the outcome. We all knew that Sami was gonna. I really did think that Sami was going to lose this, but shout out to Sami. I'm glad that he did this in front of his family, and he's been working hard over the last couple months. So it was a good match. I was just disappointed.
I just think in the world of WWE, there's as we call like your dues have been paid. Sami earned it. Sami, from what he went through with the bloodline, after the bloodline, last year at WrestleMania, in that crowd for night 1, he probably had the second biggest pop of the night next to Jey Uso. Okay? Yeah. He really, truly is over with those people in that crowd. That crowd loves him. But Dice, man, your take, and I'm whoa. Whew,
I'll be right back.
8 o'clock. Yep. 8 o'clock's a really big thing if we hit that number. Go ahead.
We good. Listen, we good. We cooking. Let's got the ingredients. This is what we want. I will say that I was extremely disappointed with this match. Mm-hmm. I get it, right? Like you watch most Manias, and I've watched every Mania for the past week and a half, with maybe like 3 Manias a day.
Yes, it is.
Starting at like the mid-teens, to get to. In which my calculation was off. I didn't get to 39, which I'm so pissed about, right? But I will say that Gunther wrestled his ass off. Right?
That's the biggest understatement I've heard in my life. Gunther ain't never wrestled his ass off, but go ahead.
Well, okay, he performed his ass off
There
in this
you go.
match. Right? He performed his ass off in this match. He played to his character. He played to his character's strengths. And the disappointing part about it is looking back at it, because I watched this twice before I want to come on with this take.
Yeah,
right? And because the initial reaction is always just, it's quick, it's whatever. And going back and watching it, Sammy didn't provide very much offense until the end, but this had me in my mind. I'm like, so you take a guy like Gable, who really wrestled his ass off in the match, really showcased his talent in the match, kept up with Gunther every step of the way, and he loses, but Sammy does very less than Chad Gable, and he wins. And it like, for me, I just cannot get down with it. I did not think that they even had the right person. I think that the crowd was right when they were disappointed with Sammy. The crowd was right. I'm talking about Monday Night Raw. You didn't let me finish. So there was so watching that, it was a lot of groans in the crowd because
wrestling fans think they know everything.
I mean, yeah, we do, but at the same time, it's like, okay, we're talking about people that deserve it, right? Gable, he equally deserves it. So they could have put this as a triple threat.
I don't think Gable earns it or deserves it more than Sammy. That's my thing. I'm not going to deal with what you're saying because, and we talk philosophies in the ring all the time. And I know you're more of an ring guy than a storytelling kind of thing. Again, companies, right? And I know you are a WWE head coffee pourer, but I also know you come from the WCW world and TNA world of wrestling fans. Fandom, right? So in the WWE world, story wins all the time.
Yeah, because it's a performance.
And in that match, the match was booked. I'm beating your ass. I'm beating your ass. I'm beating your ass. But you're kicking out. I'm beating your ass. You're kicking out. I'm talking shit to your wife. When that man starts spasming on the mat, I was like, oh shit, it's over. Are y'all watching Sammy? Are y'all watching Sammy? I thought it was beautiful. And I love Gable. You know, I've interviewed Gable. I'm a big fan of Gable. This match, again, it was a year and a half in the making that he earned this match. And he earned this win. And 4-time champion or not, this is as far as you're going to get with this guy.
I get it, but the backstage, the interaction between Gable and Gable looks at him and he says, "Don't forget, you owe me a favor."
Yeah, that's because right? I want that match.
Yeah, he wants that match. Yeah. That's which is fine. So, with the landscape of WWE changing because of Roman Reigns has had it in a chokehold for the past 4 years, right now,
I don't think so.
To build off of what Vinny was saying, that he didn't see somebody like a Drew McIntyre as a champion. Definitely, Chris, you might want to get him a straitjacket to get him to those rehab services, because the man looks like a sculptured action figure, fresh out the rip me out the package. I've been acting brand new, right? It's very and I can see why. And I seen EC put Jack Swagger and Jinder.
Yes, I saw it earlier. Yeah,
you look at Jinder, and Jinder really looks just as big as Drew Paul's, right? But he's the Indian version. He's the Indian version of Drew McIntyre. Like, he looks like money in the Indian version. So you gotta kind of go. You gotta kind of play to that.
It's about looks. WWE has always been about looks, which made it such a big deal when Mick Foley won the title all those years ago, right? Because he doesn't look in their identical mind of being world champion. Daniel Bryan doesn't look like their ideal champion. Kofi Kingston wasn't their ideal. Bobby Lashley, he looks the deal. You know what I'm saying? Kofi kind of does it. The dreads, the sneakers, no, that wasn't their thing. But again, I thought Sammy deserved to be here again off a storyline alone.
And it was a great emotional moment.
And before I move on,
that's what Mania is.
I love what he said about looking in person, because that's why I can't get with Hook. I look at Hook like I was believing he's a badass. I beat the shit out of Hook. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And Gunther, you kind of got to be like, well, hold on. He was really fat, and he did that. What he might do to me? You know what I'm saying? So you give it that. But let's move right here. I will acknowledge our tribal chief, Mike Knoxxx. I love when he comes in the party, boy. I tell you, thank you. Right here, this match.
Oh, I got a hot take for this.
Listen, because night 2 gonna go by real fast. I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. So we get to the main event. we gonna be sipping through night 2 real fast. So we get to the main event. But wow, entrances can't be. You know what? It dawned on me, and I want everybody to forgive me when I say this, but it's the Mike Knoxxx Show. Please like, follow, and subscribe to not just the Mike Knoxxx Show, but to Unpopular Review as well. We just got 3 more subscribers since we've been here on live. When I get to 1,000, I will give away a. No, that's something different. The jacket is 900. The jacket is 900 for the WrestleMania special edition jacket.
That rhymes with bulk mine.
Right. Thank you. When I get to 1,000, I will give away a wrestling belt. But today on the program, I'm gonna give a random person this Matt Riddle autograph hat that we got from Matt Riddle this past week to a random guest that's not named Christopher Harris because he works here. Just so you know. But please go out and vote. And this hit me this weekend, right, Dice? Because
for the Slammies?
I'm not a Cody crybaby. You know that, right? I've been a Cody Rhodes fan forever. I say that 1,000 times, guys. For those who are new to the program, I'm gonna say it again. His father's why I got into wrestling. HH is why I stayed. Okay? But Dusty Rhodes, to me, that man was a white man with soul. And if you know anything about how my community, puts that into somebody, it's like, what's the guy? Blue Eye Soul. It's always something that, they got soul. Just simple like, he got to have soul, right? He's so hip and so cool. He got to have some black in him, right? Like Larry Bird, Larry Bird's 100% a white guy. But he was so damn good in the basketball court. But he gotta be a brother, right? No, he was just a white dude, right? Cody Rhodes is my guy. But how this whole Homelander Republican push, it's just not for me. You know what I mean? And I realized that's where I'm kind of falling back from him. Not him, but the image of Cody Rhodes. But nonetheless, the crowd's going crazy. Whoa! My kids get on my damn nerve how many times they sing that damn song. This man coming out looking like a jackass because he is a jackass. You know why I say that? Because when I saw him at WrestleMania Access, when it's called Access, he saw us and he dissed us. How you going to diss the Belt Kings? Fuck you, Seth. All right? But then my favorite entrance of all time, if y'all catch out the top 5s we do, was Triple H's Concubines entrance. Right?
Is that the one where Stephanie does the intro for him?
No, it's the Concubines
she was
where he had
all black.
the four
horsewomen.
The four horsewomen carry him out. And then
I like the one where Stephanie did the speech a little bit better than that.
Yeah, that's cool. That was here in Orlando. That was cool to me. But that one on the throne, that's my favorite WrestleMania entrance of all time. Until this shit right here. The Rock's entrance was literally on fire. Okay? This man boss loading soon. Final. This shit was the greatest entrance in WrestleMania history to me, and the best entrance in the entire weekend.
Hold on, Mike. You put this over the one with the flamethrower The Rock did at WrestleMania.
Oh, that shit was corny.
Yeah, that shit was light on the way. Yeah,
I hate the flamethrower. That shit was big
booty ass cheeks.
Yeah, quietly as kept. My second favorite entrance, well, now my third, was the Druids at WrestleMania with the fire. Taker's entrances at WrestleMania are historic to me. But I'm not a Taker guy, so I can't always go for Taker. You know what I mean? But that one at WrestleMania 20 would have had the Druids and the fire, and he walked. That shit was fire to me. But so maybe I just like fire, right? So the Rock's entrance was literally on fire. And its entrance, I just loved it. And then your tribal chiefs is why I got this rope, this on. Shout out to everybody who I saw at WrestleMania with the Ufalas on. That was the real ones, not the y'all need to step y'all fucking game up, yo. Do not try to cosplay and put on one of them motherfucking flower joints you get from the dollar store and say it's a fucking Ufala. Okay? It's embarrassing. Go to the goddamn florist and buy some fucking flowers at least. Okay? Damn, y'all some cheap ass people. But Roman Reigns, look at the entrance. This match, and you mentioned it earlier, Vinny. It wasn't the biggest tag team match to you because you said WrestleMania 2. I've watched every single WrestleMania there's ever been.
It's been alive since the first one.
There is not a better WWE tag team match. Not saying the match in itself, right? So let me rephrase it. Bigger. You got Cody Rhodes, arguably the new people's champ. You got Seth freaking Rollins, but the crowd just never stops cheering his name, and wrestling fans just truly love him, and he's the only wrestler that can get away with hurting somebody like he did to Sting, right? They can get away with it, and you still love him. You got The Rock, the most electrifying man now in the world, not in all entertainment. He says the world, okay? You got arguably, I'm going to say the greatest world champion of all time in wrestling history. Not the greatest wrestler, but the greatest world champion in Roman Reigns. This was the biggest WrestleMania tag team match of all time. It just spoke it. The crowd knew it. The fans loved it. So I'm going to let you guys speak on it. I'm going to start with you, Vinny. How was that food you eating? That better be LaSpada's. Do you eat your own food? Like, is that even fair to eat your own food?
I don't eat my own food.
Damn it, you.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to listen. I'm going to make the tribal chief really upset with me right now.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Pause.
I don't think he's the head of the table.
I know you don't.
He definitely ain't my tribal chief. Yeet.
No yeet.
Yeah, let me talk to you. I'm going to tell you that I don't think Roman Reigns can lace Hogan's boots ever. I'm going to tell you this.
I'm sorry. Wait, what? Hold up, Mike. Could you zoom out? What did you just say? Because Mike, I want you to get this.
I'm going to tell you. I don't think. Okay, you got to look. You got to think it. You got to look at it this way.
That's his favorite of all time. I'm not going to debate that.
Man has 2 moves and 2 moves only. That is it. He knows nothing else but Superman punch.
And what did Hogan ever have?
That's it. That's all he knows.
What did Hogan ever have?
Hold on. Your statement was Roman Reigns can't. What's your statement? Roman Reigns and Hulk Hogan. What is it?
My statement is I don't think Roman Reigns can lace Hogan's boots. I really don't. I don't think so.
I couldn't help it.
You
Look
know
at
what?
it.
That's the next debate. Chris, we've got our next debate. I will debate this with you.
Okay.
I'm not going.
Roman Reigns versus Hulk Hogan.
I don't think there's actually debatable necessarily, but I'd love to judge it. How about that?
And I'm going to listen. But besides that, I'm going to tell you what. You're right. This match was great. This match, it was the most electrifying tag team match I've seen in a long, long time. I mean, they had the crowd was on its feet. You know, you're in the crowd. You're out of the crowd. You're whooping them all over the arena. I mean, and then at one point, you know, you really thought Cody and Seth were going to do it, and it comes to show you that when you can build a great storyline and you can tell it a correct way, people will sit there and believe you from inside of the ring until out. And I'm going to tell you what, now I understand why they did it this way. At first, I was like, I don't understand why they would make the Bloodline win. Now, after watching night 2 of WrestleMania, I get it. I understand it.
It pissed me off, Finney. When they won, I knew as soon as they won, Cody was winning the next night. I knew it then, and I couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand it. And then hold on, where's my clip? This bullshit here's when I knew they were going to lose. I said, there's no way they're winning this match with a double pedigree, right? Shout out to my son, Christian, who was like, that would have been cool, though, to see the way they did it. And shout out to my daughter for recognizing something I didn't recognize when I first saw it. She said, Dad, did you see how Seth spears Cody to move out of the way of Roman Spear, who ends up spearing The Rock? That's an intelligent wrestling fan. I would say Dycez's next, but all I see is good goddamn.
I'm here. I had to get on. I was sitting on the ground because I was weak. I was weak off of that.
You make me weak in the knees.
But I'll probably have a comment that is not going to agree with fans here that have watched this match, and you say that this is the greatest tag match in WrestleMania history, and I would like to say that I vehemently disagree. Have we not I guess we forgot about the Usos and versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens?
No.
That match was amazing.
You're missing the concept
of the
wording.
Hold up. The story around this match, I get it. Because it's literally
you're still
the changing of the face of the wrestling industry in WWE as we know it.
I think that's bullshit when people say that though, and even if they're saying it, I think it's bullshit. But no, it's called the biggest match, not because last year's tag team match wasn't a better match or a bigger match. We're talking about four. Let's be real, 4 of some of the biggest gods in wrestling history in the same ring. That's what it's for.
I get that. However, my point in action storytelling wise, yeah, this was good, right?
Me too, Jeff.
But
George,
we don't get to this point with this match if the previous tag match with the Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens doesn't happen. That was the first crack in the armor of the bloodline because the Usos never got either one of those sets of belts back. And then it trickled down to Jay
that punk ass Jay left the group.
Yada. Whoa.
Bitch.
There will be no main event.
Yes, there will be. This ain't your show. This is the Mike Knoxxx show. Fuck Jay Uso.
Wow.
No yeet. I can't believe I just said that. I don't mean that. I don't even really mean that. Don't make me say stuff I don't mean. You know I love him. Fuck you. I love him. Fuck him.
I love this match. It was great.
Got me taking a shot at Terramina now.
But I could not put it above Usos versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I just think that match was just amazing, right? But as Vinny spoke earlier about the biggest, yeah, this has that potential, right? And as far as star power, right? Star power, it's there. But storyline wise, I would put that rival next to 39's tag match for night 1. I'd put the storyline there because you don't get to that point without getting there, right? But
this match was ass because Roman hair got dried out.
It was poofy.
It was cold as shit. It was cold as shit.
But I loved it. I loved the crowd, and I loved them going through the crowds, separating both guys, taking Seth and working on his knee, knowing that his knee has already.
I thought he was really fucking hurt.
Yeah, I did too. Because he looked super pissed about it, right? Like he just literally looked pissed about it. But I agree. But honestly, I thought it was going to be a clean sweep. I thought that if they won night 1, they were going to win night 2. There's no way in hell that they were going to win.
They'd have righted it in Philadelphia.
And I will say that for those that watch my 2 words or 2 sweet segment, I was wrong, and I can admit when I'm wrong. But it was a prediction. I said Tonga.
Yeah,
was going to debut, or I predicted him to debut.
We all knew that wasn't going to happen, with all due respect.
But
because nobody knows who the fuck he is.
No, they don't. But yeah, you're right. It's like Ice Cube's son said: "You have to make me care about somebody."
Yeah.
But proceed, my brother.
Let's go to night 2, and I'm just going to be I'm be honest with you because I do have other things to take care of, and I want to give still all the respect that it deserves. All that we're cooking. As Dycez would say.
We got all the ingredients. The chat is on fire. Shout out to y'all.
Avoid the clap, Jimmy Dugan. Night 2 kicks off the way I think match 2 should kick off because it had to happen because we knew the night, once night 1 happened, and they won, we knew at that time, well, Seth got to get out there. He's going to come back later in the night, so why not? So comes out sort of like the Drews, but not on fire. Drew McIntyre comes out with his entrance. Pretty cool, pretty
John
dope.
Cena entrance.
For those who did not know, when I was in the building, a lot of people who did not know what this was not the Wizard of Oz. In Philadelphia, over 105 years, it's a thing every year, every New Year's Day called the Mummers Parade. Exactly. This could not have been more. This was my second best entrance of the weekend next to The Rock. Okay, this was beautiful to see. Call us a homer if you want to, Vinny, right? But for us being from this area, we knew what it represented, and it was amazing to see. But my son said, Dad, oh my God, I really thought he was going to beat him with a Claymore that fast. And it did not happen. I'm going to start with you, Vinny. Your takes on this match.
I'm going to tell you, I knew that Seth was going to lose. I knew that right off the gate. And I honestly think that in this match, I think Drew had the upper hand the whole time. I really do. I think Seth had some great techniques and I love the stuff outside and the curbside on the table was just icing on the cake.
You can talk over it.
Yeah.
But I gotta tell you, the best part of this match was the fact that when I found out, or when I read that Damian Priest was going to cash in, I was confused after the fact that when he was standing in the middle of the ring, and then he went on top of the table and he put in the belt and CM Punk's face, I said there has to be a way that they're gonna go into this without us knowing. And I'll tell you what, damn they did, because I'm gonna tell you that was such a great lead in to Damian Priest cashing in the Money in the Bank and CM Punk beating the shit out of Drew McIntyre, and then Damian
he took
Priest
that arm sleeve off, and I was like, whoa, I'm with you on that one, Vinny. But yeah, shout out to the
Jimmy Dugan. Wow, that's good advice.
I'm looking for that damn thing the whole entire time, by the way, for the clap one. I hated that Damian Priest cashed in and won. I'm the opposite of you, Vinny. Nothing against Damian Priest. Wrestling sometimes knows it gives things away. And when they themselves posted the longest person to hold the Money in the Bank without cashing in list, and then I knew by this night too, he would surpass Edge by like 2 days, like 282 days. I was like, okay. But I didn't think he would cash in and either win or it would be a successful cash in. Because I think what's being undersold in this entire thing is, despite Triple H's Royal Rumble press conference, despite what Drew was saying publicly, he's a free agent in a few weeks. You want to make him happy? You give him something he didn't get before. So technically, I guess he got it. He won the title in front of the world, and people saw him in front of fans. So technically, he did get it. I think Drew deserves more than this. I did not like this moment. Nothing against Damian Priest, who, again, has leaps and bounds changed my mind and my opinion about what I think of him as a professional wrestler. My first interaction with him was a piece of shit ass match at a Ring of Honor, the Elite show, that I was completely like, who is this tall fucking dude dressing and looking and trying to wrestle like The Undertaker, to where he has come from, to see how great he could be. And I'm going to pick a match that you'll be like, that match with him and Bad Bunny, y'all can give shots all you want to out to Bad Bunny or you want to. Damian Priest carried that match. And that made me say, oh, he can be a star. A wrestler is not great because how great they're in that squared circle. They're great because they get that crowd to get behind them and be equally awesome in that squared circle. So for me, Bondage Undertaker, yeah, 100%. Your take on that, Dycez, on this match and Drew McIntyre winning, the cash in to Damian Priest with the purple hair, now knocking off Rusev's wife now, CJ Perry, who was spotted out with him all over the place in Philadelphia this past weekend. Mm-hmm. Your thoughts?
I say that's a dub.
Why? Everybody went around that block.
Listen, it's cool. It doesn't matter as long as I got me a turn on the wheel.
The walls ain't the same. That's all I'm saying.
You better get some Summer's Eve. I would say.
Excuse me, Mama. Do you douche? She said, "Hell yeah, bitch, don't you?" Okay, go ahead.
I will say that I thought the spot was genius. I thought it made a lot of sense storyline wise. Right, Drew was right in every single thing that he said about Seth, and he proved it in the match, because the story that I got was we've seen better matches from Seth, right, and clearly.
I like this match though.
I'm not saying that the match was bad. I'm saying from Seth, we've seen him wrestle top tier, in a top tier caliber, right? And I felt like he did good, but like he would have did better storyline wise if he wasn't focused on helping Cody. Right?
You know what? It was something
that the burden of failing Cody when he was trying to help him and getting his knee tore up even more in the process could have messed with him mentally, because there were certain points of the match that he really looked worried, right? And then after the match, he has like a really sad, concerned look, and Drew is mouthing to him, "I told you so." Like, I told you this would happen, right? And he knew that he was right the whole time. And to say that somebody's right when you really don't like them is one of the hardest things. But the look on Seth's face said it all. Like, he was right. Damn it. But have you seen the video that's going on TikTok right now of the woman who was shouting at Drew McIntyre? She's like, "Get the fuck out of there! You better go home. Go to the back. Go to the back." Right? She's yelling, and then she's like, "See, that's what happened. I told you. You stupid. You stupid." Like, she's literally yelling about it, and everybody that you should have took your ball
and ran home.
But
he had to sit there and not look at him. While my man CM Punk is sitting there laughing at him, including
I think the spot was genius, though. I thought the spot was very genius, and I don't think that Drew's done. I think that Drew gets what he wants.
I hope he's not.
I think that's him versus Punk at SummerSlam.
I would hope you are 100% right. I 100% hope you're right. I'm just a fan of. I don't think he should leave. I'm a Drew McIntyre. I'm not a fan.
I don't think AEW as a company has enough to entice Drew McIntyre. That's why
I thought that about a lot of shit, and they all go. Sasha Banks went, but again, she's about money. So some people are about
Drew's
money.
About legacy. I think Drew's about legacy.
If he is about legacy, then I think he should stay. Real fast through this. We're gonna be real fast, honestly, guys. Through some of these matches tonight too. And I personally, which is odd for me, I think Vinny mentioned something like this earlier. I actually did think night 2 was better. I thought night 2, you used to be opposite. You thought night 1 was better.
Night 1 was better.
Yeah. I think night 2 was better than night 1. Because of the surprises and this street fight here between the Final Testament and the Pride. Why
they still won't acknowledge them as the Pride, even though they had those dope ass hoodies on, in which they don't even sell them on WWEshop.com. I Googled, I searched for it. No. They don't have them. I don't even know what they are, but they are dope.
Just call them the Nation 2.0.
I will say that I do not like Eagle Green at all, but Jesus, their gear is fire.
Vinny, is that your girl? because you are exhausted, bro. I ain't never seen your ass this motherfucking quiet. Like, damn. Okay, I don't want to walk around. Listen, I walked around so damn crippled, people laughed at me. Bubba Ray Dudley comes out as the special guest referee for this Philadelphia street fight. Profits get it on. It was actually a decent match. Bubba Ray got involved. Obviously, he didn't. The what's up was waiting for that to happen. You're winners of this match. And since he wanted to bring it up earlier, I didn't want to bring it up, but I bring it up right now. I'm just noticing, okay? Do not, because I'm black, say to me, I got to go buy gin and juice by Dre and Snoop. First of all, I don't like gin. Gin and juice is over fucking rated. Now you're going to tell me you put it in a can, okay, like a fucking White Claw. I just don't get it. And just for the record, I think the entire advertisement around the ring was distracting. We went at it in a post where they said, you pretty much answered without even knowing what my answer was. It said, I bet you they complain about this. No. So why would you complain about this? And I remember looking, I literally went right to Chris, executive consultant, and said, you see DJ's comment? I said, I hated the entire night. Like, when I saw dude wipes, I was like, what the fuck?
I love dude wipes, man.
Listen, I'm not knocking the effect of dude wipes. It's distracting. Even my wife, who's just getting back into wrestling again, was like, this shit was distracting. I'm talking with you real fast. Zia song about you, Vinny, last, and you can come on there and speak all you want to, Vinny. Z, real fast, man. This match and that's
you know what, the story in the match was great. It's the Final Testament been torturing Bobby Lashley for well over the part of 6 months, I think, maybe 4 to 6 months. The spot of Lashley just taking those fucking kendo sticks. And first of all, Snoop Dogg should never ever be on commentary ever again. You should not put people on commentary that don't really watch wrestling, but like he's like, oh man, like it's literally like listening to an uncle that just walked into.
It's disrespectful.
It is. It was very annoying to me, but I get it. He's there for the endorsement. And shout out to WWE. They had so many endorsements this weekend. There was so many changing endorsements on Stand and Deliver, night 1, night 2. But I get it. This is a black culture thing. But I wasn't offended of it like you did. But I wasn't offended.
Saying, it was just like, how come we couldn't get whiskey? How come we couldn't get dew wipes? This is where we went on our little banter earlier, right? Mm-hmm. About black versus non-black, two things not to pick on.
This is very stereotypical, right? But I
That's what I
don't
was
look at
trying
it
to
this way.
say.
It is what it is. You have like, I mean, it's not like they put watermelon and chicken out there, motherfucker, or something.
I like watermelon and chicken. What the
So
fuck?
what? I'm okay with it. I'm okay
So does
with it.
Vinny. Vinny, you like watermelon and chicken, right?
I love
Promote
watermelon
that produce and that poultry. Promote it. I'm cool with it. But this match was good. I'm glad that Bobby Lashley got a WrestleMania moment because unfortunately,
I saw one 2 years ago when he beat.
Unfortunately, with the Bray Wyatt thing last year, we did not get Bray versus Bobby, and that's crazy to think that Bobby probably would have been his last opponent. So I thought this was dope for Bobby, even though it happened at the last possible second, which really pissed me off. That he deserves more respect. But with Roman going down, I think the landscape is open for
Anything is
mad
possible.
contenders.
Yeah,
And
anything's
I think that
possible
Lashley
now.
steps up.
Remember,
I think all three of these gentlemen step up.
And we'll talk about that later. But I might forget it later. So we did talk about a long time ago before about why X, Y, and Z wouldn't win a title because Roman had the belt. Well, Roman don't have the belt no more. So
Yeah.
go ahead, Vinny. Your takes on this match.
First off, I think Snoop Dogg should stay away from WWE, period. I think he's a clown. I don't think he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
And I'm going to tell you, I was very disappointed in this match, and I'm going to tell you why. For you to do a Philadelphia street fight, and it really was not a street fight. It was a TLC weapons match. It's what it was. And for this to be a tribute to ECW, the home of Philadelphia, to have ECW representative, and all you do is bring Bubba Ray Dudley out. Mm-hmm. You know what would have made this match better if you put it in the ECW arena? That's what it would have been. It would have been a lot better to see it in a historic place. I mean, it would have been even cooler to see.
Well, the ECW arena was already taken.
That's fine.
It's WWE. They can do what they want.
If they were smart about it, they would have, number one, they would have brought out ECW originals to interfere in this match. Number two, they should have had Devon come out and do a spot, which they didn't. And number three, it was so disappointing when he put the glasses on and nothing happened. So you're going to get mad, you're going to shake your face, and then you're going to tell the guy to go up to the top rope and do his what's that?
He didn't transform like he normally does when he puts the glasses on, right? He normally goes into that trance that he does.
Yeah,
he didn't do that.
This was garbage. This is probably the worst match of the night. I'm going to tell you, everybody out there can say whatever they want, but at the end of the night, you cannot call this a street fight. This was not a street fight. A street fight is in the streets, in the crowd, outside the building. None of that happened here. This was garbage.
I agree with you, Vinny, and that's why I was disappointed in the match because I'm thinking Philadelphia street fight. I get there in the stadium. I don't think they could have, they would have wanted to pull off the ECW thing. I get how that makes sense, but they're at Mania, so they got to stay within the building. But The Rock and them went over the building more than they never went to the crowd once. They didn't go outside and do nothing. It was just there was no fire. There was no nothing. It was just like you just said. It was. I agree with you. I thought it was extremely disappointing to be called a Philadelphia street fight. Just call it Extreme Rules or whatever.
That shit and juice is ass. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm sorry.
It's bad.
It's ass. It's ass. It's a seltzer. It's a seltzer vodka drink.
Seltzer. Ew.
It's a seltzer. It's
sparkling
ass.
gin.
Yeah, it's
sparkling gin. It's gin. That's disgusting.
I haven't had it yet, but I know a couple of people that work at liquor stores, and they said it's flying off the shelf, and people keep coming back. So I don't know. I have to find it.
Idiots.
Hey, well, I'll tell you, it's not hard. It's not easy to find because not a lot of liquor stores are selling it.
That's a goddamn shame. AJ Styles and LA Knight. Yeah, the third biggest cheer of the weekend was from this guy. Everywhere you went, somebody said, yeah. And, my daughter, who I love to death, she was with her dad. No. I love that little lady. Yeah! Dude.
You got to slam you for that.
Yeah. Shit, but LA Knight entrance was blah. His entrance was phenomenal. But my daughter pointed out something that I didn't point out that I didn't realize. They changed his fucking music.
You didn't point that out?
I wasn't paying attention to it.
You were in a bar, right? You were in a
yeah, but we can still hear it. No, they had it on. They were Remember, I'm just say that I had tickets for night 1 and night 2. Night 1 was so fucking cold. I sold my ticket for night 2, but not because it was cold. It's because I really missed my family. To be honest, I missed hanging out with my kids, and I wanted my kids to be there. And when I didn't have them to be a part of it, and then I get mad that I found out that I could have got everybody in the building for $50 to $100. I'd have fucking went to WrestleMania. Let's make that be clear. I told the kids, I love y'all, I missed you. But you'd have been this bitch by yourself because I'd have been gone somewhere else. But AJ Styles, this match to me was all about LA Knight getting over, and that's what AJ Styles did. This move off the top rope, him winning the match was supposed to happen. I'm going to move on from that. Unless you got something to say, Vinny.
No, I think it was a great match. And I'm going to tell you what, leading up to this match, it was all LA Knight, like you said. I mean, the promos, the Slim Jims. I mean, even with him coming in with the Slim Jim car, it was obvious that they're pushing LA Knight hard and fast, and this is what they're doing. And AJ Styles is just along for the ride. DJ,
I can't go without you saying, because I know you're a big AJ Styles mark, so I have to come back to you on
that. I will say, first of all, whoever he gave the keys to with the Slim Jim card, this trick didn't even know that she was in a sweepstakes. She didn't even know. He hands her the keys. She looks dumbfounded as AF, and I'm like, oh, she don't even know what to do with that two-seater. Like, get out of here. But that has nothing to do with the match. As I said on the Smackdown Penitentiary every Saturday at noon.
Welcome to the Smackdown Penitentiary.
Yeah, boy, we up. I will say that again. I AJ Styles. I've not seen a bad WrestleMania match from Styles. He's a constant professional, and he knows how to get people over, right? And that's exactly what he did. He got AJ over. I mean, he got LA Knight over, and it doesn't hurt his legacy. It doesn't hurt AJ Styles' legacy at all. So I think this gives a character reset for AJ. He can go on a different arc or a more darker arc with the theme music, and maybe he goes on a title hunt. But these two would definitely clash again if they're going for a title hunt.
Backlash. This match right here, guys, I just got to say, with my wife in the background, I didn't know she still liked wrestling so much. Okay? Until she came out and was like, no. There's no way Logan Paul deserves to be in a match. That's Randy fucking Orton. That is Randy Orton. No. That is Randy Orton. No, I don't care how good he looks. I'm not hearing it, babe. No, that's Randy Orton. I'm like, damn, babe. I said, he's good. He can do this. No. I'm like, all right.
This was pretty dope. The truck was pretty dope.
I believe this is originally, I thought it was going to be like he was going to shoot out Prime, like they did with the milk truck and stuff. That's what I thought was going to happen with the beer truck and everything. He didn't shoot out Prime. I did. I thought he was going to shoot out Prime everywhere.
That should have been cold as hell. Go get you some Prime. This is strawberry banana.
At this point, wasn't that cold the second night? Shout out to all the Philadelphia Eagles gear, especially ready for this one, Vinny, talking to Cowboy and Giants fans that had on like WrestleMania gear, like WrestleMania jerseys. I'm like, you know, that's an Eagles jersey, right? No, it's WrestleMania jersey. No, it's a Philadelphia Eagles jersey. It's exactly the same colors. By the way, shout out to the Wrestling Superstore again. Damn, they had a throwback Allen Iverson 76ers logo of WrestleMania. So it's like a WrestleMania jersey, but the old logo of the Sixers when Allen Iverson played that you won't find nowhere else. That jersey's not on the website. You're not getting it.
They had it at the World?
Yeah. It was fire. It was fire. No, it was a jersey. A straight basketball jersey of the 2000 to 2005 logo that the Sixers had. It was fire. It said it's just like the football ones were, except it was the Sixer color one. But Logan Paul comes out, does his thing. I hated this entrance. They both deserve more than this. Kevin Owens. It was weird because like you're a triple threat match. Why the fuck are you guys riding out together? Randy crowd, of course, it's Randy. They're going to pop him. My wife popped for him. They're picking on him. They're doing. Look, I had to take this picture. Randy's face looking up at Kevin Owens.
That's a big motherfucker.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Hey. Eddie Kingston, you wish you could wrestle like Kevin Owens. Just saying. Okay. But your winner, still your U.S. champion, obviously is going to be Logan Paul. Logan Paul did win this match. I want to move on from this. That you got something to add to this one, Vinny?
No, I'm really shocked that Logan Paul won. I mean, I know everybody's going to say, well, how are they going to make him lose when he has all these endorsements and his Prime logos in the middle of the ring? I hate how they made Randy Orton look like an ass, and because I know that Randy Orton is a way better wrestler than Logan Paul.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think some things are a question of that. I think least for me, WrestleMania 38, I just saw something in him. Everyone wants to talk about Bad Bunny. Talk about this man has taken this company, or not the company, the industry, and he's owned his craft. He's gone into the training facility. He has continued to get better, and that's what I personally admire about him. Real fast, moving on, Dice Man, your takes on this match?
Logan Paul's got it. Period. He's got it. He performed his ass off. He didn't wrestle his ass off. He performed his ass off. Arguably the most athletic in the ring out of these three men, so he can do certain things. But he plays his character very well. Mm-hmm. Orton is Orton. He's top tier. If you want to argue, if you have a statue of who you're going to mold somebody, EC says Drew McIntyre. I say Randy Orton. His career accomplishments are second to none.
If you want to make him, you want to make him like Randy Orton. You want him to look like Drew, but you think they can wrestle and talk like Randy.
Arguably the greatest. What is he? Third generation?
Yeah, third.
He's
definitely the best of his generation.
Yeah,
he's the best. Well, shit, they both the best of their generation. If you think of it like that.
Good match. It was a really good match. It was really entertaining.
Cody's not better than his father.
No, it was a really good match. I have no gripes about it. The right person run. He won only because we know where SummerSlam's going to be.
Yeah, Cleveland.
What's so good about Cleveland?
That's an easy pick to win that one. Then we get Bayley, Perkins, nothing. And nobody ever won the city go to the Cleveland for vacation.
Oh, yes.
Until this summer when I actually
love
Cleveland
Pamela Martinez.
WrestleMania.
Oh, I love you, Pamela Martinez.
I want you to know his microphone completely cracked all in there. He was all over the screen. But Io Sky, who does not deserve to be at WrestleMania as a champion, took on Bayley. And to me, the most weirdest entrance of all, because it was Egyptian themed. She's not Egyptian. Threw me off. But you got Io Sky, you got Bayley coming down doing their thing. This match was really good. I don't think people talk about this match because of the way the night ended, and this was the co-main event of the night. But Rhea,
the spot surprised me.
But
this is
placement
definitely better than the spot of it is a code.
No, if you've noticed, outside of Rhea and Becky, Triple H has been really good at putting titles to be last. Mm-hmm. Remember, U.S. title, this title, world, heavyweight title. The other one wasn't the main event because of the tag team match, but it should have been co-main event. And I guess making it co-main event or second to last go on would have been more disrespectful. So they went first with having the women. But again, this match was phenomenal to me. Bayley gets her give back at WrestleMania. And they say the story for Cody Rhodes is what's next? What's next for Bayley? I'll let you speak on this one first, Dice, and we move on.
First and foremost, I love you, Pamela Martinez.
You said it already.
I know, but still I have
say
to
it again. Say it one more time.
I love you, Pamela Martinez. Mm-hmm. She wrestled her ass off. She absolutely deserves this. Her best run. We will talk about people that got us through the pandemic era. She's one of them. Top tier. Her, Roman, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre. That's it. But also Io Sky, who I think has the prettiest moonsault in the industry as far as the distance she gets, right? And the one spot where Bayley goes to do the rosebud finisher, and Io flips on her hands, and then she's like, no, and the whole crowd didn't know what was going on until they realized she never hit the mat. Like, she never hit the mat. The whole crowd was like, oh, but the thing that was my biggest gripe about this match, what the hell was the crowd chanting during the Bayley match? Like, I thought it was like, hey, I'm thinking like, oh, we want some Bayley. Like, no, it was like some other shit. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, what are they saying? And it got annoying to the part where commentary has to speak on it. Like, it was like the time that there was a beach ball in the crowd and Cesaro had to go out and rip it up.
I hated that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys just took over this match that Bayley absolutely deserved to have. Like, I thought it was disrespectful more than anything, but I thought this match was better than Rhea versus Becky. And I thought the spot for it was great. It was
definitely better than Rhea versus Becky.
I love the match. I love it.
Oh, there it is. Hold on.
It's the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
Go ahead, Vinny. Your takes on this match.
I think this was a given. I mean, if you didn't see Bayley win the title, you're dumb. I think the
I
match.
don't think that was a question. I think we knew who was going to win.
Yeah, listen. I think the match is good.
Yeah.
I think they both wrestled their ass off. Here's what I want to know now: are we going to go back to the old Bayley? Are we going to a face Bayley?
That's what I asked. The question of that. Yeah. What is Bayley from here?
But the match wasn't bad. I mean,
I don't like face Bayley.
But you know what? That's over. I mean, I'm not going to say that heel Bayley wasn't over, but face Bayley is way over than heel.
It was, especially in NXT she was. On the main roster she wasn't. That's why they switched her. Because fans didn't like her being the whole with the, the balloons and all that shit. That's why they switched her over. Hello?
All right, I guess we're done.
Okay.
Oh, he's out. We can't hear you.
No, I'm good. That's all I wanted to say.
Oh, okay, Vinny. I mean, so we're going to move on from there and to here, the main event, what everybody came to see. And before we do that, y'all, I cannot go without paying my man some respect. So here we are with a week in wrestling ×2.
Yo, it's crime time.
EST.
Soul Man, Rocky Johnson. It's the Honky Tonk Man, NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? UPR and Around Da Bloxxx give to you This Week in Wrestling History with King Von.
Hello there, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. This is King Von Jr., the Victorious Ones podcast and Perfect Plex Talk Radio, here to give you the week in wrestling history. And of course, this past weekend was WrestleMania 40, of course, which took place in Philadelphia. And of course, on those nights, we saw Rhea Ripley defeat Becky Lynch to retain the Women's World Championship. We also saw Bayley defeat Io Sky to become the new Women's Champion. We also saw Drew McIntyre defeat Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight title, only for Damian Priest to cash in. And we also saw Cody Rhodes to defeat Roman Reigns to become the new WWE Universal Champion. But also April 6th is most known for WrestleMania 30, which took place on April 6, 2014. And on that night, we saw The Undertaker's legendary and iconic streak be broken by Brock Lesnar. We also saw John Cena defeat the late great Bray Wyatt, and we also saw Daniel Bryan defeat not only Triple H in the first night, but also not only defeat Triple H in the first match, but also defeat Randy Orton and Batista in the triple threat match to become the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And of course, that was the culmination of the Yes Movement. And of course, also on April 7th, 2019, we witnessed WrestleMania 35 take place, and that was the same night as Kofi Kingston defeated Daniel Bryan to become the new WWE Champion, and also the same night that Becky Lynch defeated Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey to become the Undisputed Women's Champion. On April 8th, 2018, WrestleMania 34 took place, and that was the night that Brock Lesnar retained the Universal Championship by defeating Roman Reigns. Undertaker defeated John Cena in a squash match. Charlotte also broke Asuka's winning streak and became the new women's champion. And also AJ Styles retained the championship against WWE title against Shinsuke Nakamura. Seth Rollins became the Intercontinental Champion. April 9th, 2019, the Hardy Boys defeated the Usos to become the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions. April 10th, 2018, Carmella cashed in on Charlotte Flair to become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. April 11th, 1999, DDP wins the WCW World Title. April 12th, 1980, the WWF Tag Team Championships changed hands when Wild Samoans defeated Ivan Putski and Tito Santana. And of course, on the same day in 1999, The Godfather defeated Goldust to win the WWF Intercontinental Championship. As far as notable birthdays, April 9th, the EST Bianca Belair turns 35. On April 10th, Goldust himself, Dusty Rhodes, turns 55. Paul Bearer would have turned 70. Of course, on April 11th, WWE Hall of Famer Harley Race would have turned 81. And that is your week in wrestling history. Mike Knoxxx, back to you.
Yo, it's crime time.
EST.
Soul Man, Rocky Johnson. It's the Honky Tonk Man, NWO. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? UPR and Around Da Bloxxx give to you This Week in Wrestling History with King Von.
Man, King Von Jr., Victorious Ones podcast, holding me down, was not here today. Maybe we got to hang out with him at WrestleMania, y'all. He actually came and hung out with the crew as we did karaoke. And you know what? I'm not a karaoke guy. That's not my thing, you know. But as I'm getting older, I'm realizing I don't really know what my thing is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a club guy no more. My knees are too bad. I get in the car. DJ can hear me around my house. I'm a best two-step motherfucker in the world, but I just don't got like that walking. I walk with a knee. Look at all my pictures throwing the ones up. You see a knee brace on my knee, okay? Every last one of them shits, okay? But shout out to my man Vaughn. Shout out to the Jack Packers and his crew. Shout out to C and her girl Danny coming through. Steve, Billy Steaming Beaming has become one of the best people I've ever met in my entire life. That is a brother of mine for life. I knew that from Royal Rumble, but to know that now it's just completely different. So real fast, guys, let's talk about it here. We're gonna be joined by one of the biggest people to show. If you look into the This Week in Wrestling History, you go back to When Did You Fall in Love with Pro Wrestling? My man Mike Smith is the voiceover for me here at the Mike Knoxxx Show on Pop Review. So he's going to join us in a second. But let's talk about this main event. Cody Rhodes, Homelander, Roman Reigns, your tribal chief. You see, I got you follow on. Look, they look damn near identical, yo. They look damn near identical. Shit. Yo, true fact, they don't come in red. The true color of them are brown, and they're painted. So I have brown chips painted everywhere. You can actually see it on Roman's picture. You can see the chip paint everywhere because they're not supposed to be painted. Entrances, I thought was great. I remember talking to an executive consultant. I said, will Roman have a different entrance? He said right before, no, he don't need one. He'll never do that. Then the whole Philadelphia school comes out singing his song, you know what I mean, with his theme song. I thought that was pretty amazing. But this match was pretty fucking good before all hell broke loose, right? I thought, you haven't seen Roman do the drive-by in a minute. I thought that was entertaining. But I'm going to go last in this one, and I'm going to start off with you. Let's get the new guy in here real fast. My man Mike, welcome to the program. Mike, you asked to come on. You know, I never let a fan not come on and be part of the show. And plus, you've been holding me down for shit since I can remember, man. So I started this thing back here on Blog Talk Radio. You've been a fan. So, Mike, your takes. You want to talk about the main event? There it is. The floor is yours. Can't hear shit. He said, God damn it. Y'all heard that? All right. Let's see. Yeah, he's still out here. So, yeah, I'm going to go with, I'm going to come back to you, Mike. Let me know.
Take the floor.
I was going to you next, since you got that heavy-ass belt on that I'll never take another belt the rest of me ever again.
It is heavy.
You know why I don't carry it no more? Truth be told, I made my kids or my wife carry my title the whole time I was there. Go ahead.
Entrance is amazing. It was dope to see Cody come from under the stage again, because he hasn't done that since last year's the previous WrestleMania before 38, right? When he faced Seth Rollins. He didn't come in last year, right?
I can't remember.
But
I know he came in at 38.
That's what I think. So he hasn't done that since 38. And to see his lovely, lovely wife in that leotard. Whew, Lord. She came out there, took the nightmare helmet off of him. That was fire.
Oh, that kind of helmet. Okay, my bad.
But the match itself, I thought the storytelling was really good. Really, really good. They got some really good spots, went into the crowd around the ring. And you know, then I'm looking like when does this bloodline rules come into place?
Yeah.
And then all hell starts to break loose, and Solo comes out, and Jimmy comes out, and Jay's back there, and he spears Jimmy off the stage. We didn't even see him for the rest of.
First of all, I'm mad they didn't sell that shirt, the No You shirt in black, because you know I like my black shirts. I'm mad about. I'd have bought that motherfucker. I was mad.
I think Pat McAfee said something. Where the hell did Jay and Jimmy go after he speared him? Right. So I thought that was pretty dope. And then after that, we get what was the meat and potatoes of the finish, right? And the final boss coming out there. And
you talking about that 70s pimp The Rock.
Listen,
that
the
motherfucker had on bell bottoms, a vest with a collar. Okay.
The vest had a zipper on it.
He might as well had fish in his shoes, high heels with fish in his shoes.
I was going to say Elvis Presley was walking down the ramp.
Well, if you know The Rock, and I know you do, The Rock has always wanted to be Elvis. That's his whole gimmick. Everybody, people understand it. The Rock's gimmick is Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
You know, he's even said that's his influence. I had to interrupt you because this is one of the matches. Because as you talk, I ain't gonna front. I'm gonna interfere because I don't want to forget my points in there.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Go ahead. By all means, your show, brother.
This was the biggest moment to me in this match, and that makes me a homer. This is why I like wrestling. Because and you know this, Dyce, I may disagree with your thoughts, but I always say your opinion is your opinion. I popped so big I was at 28. The plaque's back there in the corner. I don't buy plaques. It was supposed to be once in a lifetime. I got it 3 times now. Okay? Face to face, Rock and Ricky Sinitsky, John Cena, Ratio Rodriguez, Tom Brady, Cena. Oh my God, I popped so hard for it. Go ahead. Everybody pop for this bullshit. Hold on. For this bullshit. Fuck Taker. Yeah, I said it, Michael Graham Body P. Fuck Taker. Okay.
The funny thing about Rock, he's walking to the ring and he's like, the fuck out of my ring. I'm the final boss. I'm the final boss. Like that's all he's saying as he's coming to the ring. I'm like, yeah, he about to fuck shit up. Right. And so, but John Cena's reaction when he hears The Rock's music is like the reaction that people hear, the reaction that people have when they hear the gong, right? Like you hear, if you smell, and he just turns around and he's like, oh shit.
Good
right?
point.
Like he's like, oh, let me go ahead and get in the ring, get ready for this. Right? And the stand.
Hey guys, I'm one away from giving away this jacket. I'm one subscriber away from giving away this jacket. Go ahead.
Hey, we moving today. Yeah, shout out to y'all, man.
How do I find out how do I give it away? I stayed at 900.
Next show.
Yeah. Catch on Monday. Go ahead.
So I like when they're standing face to face, we get this. It rarely happens, but it's a standing still moment. We saw it with Rock versus Hogan, where they just admire the crowd and then they turn.
Well, they wanted that in night 1. That's not mine. Jake Consultant said that. But the crowd didn't let them do it night 1. They didn't care for the 4 face-off at night 1. The crowd was like, get this shit on with. So
Yeah. And then, he gets Cena and then the gong and Taker. And I'm not going to lie, I popped hard for Taker just because of the nostalgic factor.
But you're not there. I always tell you, if you're at wrestling, things change for you.
Just for this nostalgic factor, I popped and I'm like, I'm losing my fucking mind right now, right? I don't even like Taker like that. I'm a Kane guy, but I just popped crazy for it. I thought the match was great. I still think that I'm still salty that we didn't get Roman to Hulk Hogan's record.
Don't make me, hold on, fuck it. You did it twice. I'm too fucking crippled right now to get on walk. My body hurts.
That knee was about to buckle. He felt it.
My hip was about to say, what the fuck's wrong with you?
I think it sucks because we will never see another reign like Roman.
Ever.
Right?
Ever.
And
why go that far? That's what made me mad. I'm sorry, Dice. That's what made me mad. No. It's not the fact that I didn't want Cody to win. It has nothing to do with Cody. Cody deserves to win. Cody did everything a pro wrestler fan wants. Fuck the company who disrespects us as fans because they have in many. WWE sometimes don't deserve your love, and we give them their love. Cody said, fuck you, I'm going to make a name for myself. He made a name for himself. He came back. He deserves it. I'm not executive consultant, so I'm not. Cody deserves it. I just wanted Hogan's record broken. And not that I wanted it broken for personal reasons. Him not breaking the record says what to me? You're advertising he's the greatest champion of all time, but he's not. Because he didn't break the number 1 record that matters, which is Hogan's record. Bruno Sammartino's record will never be broken. It was like years and years and years, like what, 20
like
fucking
8 years.
Some shit crazy.
It's
right?
Crazy.
But Hogan's record was within your reach by 6 months. And because of crybaby fans who could not wait, it didn't happen. Vinny, jump the fuck in, bro.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I disagree with you. I don't think Hogan's record should be broken.
Of course, you're a Hogan guy.
No, not just a Hogan guy. But here's the thing. This is what I look. This is what makes me mad about what's going on in the world today. Okay, we have movies that are getting remade, things that should be left alone. Okay, when it comes to the historic, John Cena should have never tied Ric Flair for his championships. It should have never happened. Just like Roman Reigns, you're right. He shouldn't have beaten Hogan's record because those things are set for a reason. Why let new guys demolish what old guys paved the way for? And that's what pisses me off.
Up for this one. You just give him an alley-oop. He's going to take you somewhere.
I mean, that's fine, but Danny, but I'm going to tell you this right now. There's not going to be – listen, at the end of the day, you can say whatever you want. I mean, Hogan's always going to be over. And I think –
100%.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I think if you put Hogan and you put Roman, I guarantee you Hogan will be all over. Hogan would be way over.
I will not disagree with you. I've said a million times, and this is personal, right? And I said on every show, that's why he said, oh, you said Hogan. You cannot have WrestleMania without that man. We would not be talking on this show right now without that man. However, personally, that man broke my heart. And I want a proper apology for him breaking my heart. Has nothing to do with how he wrestles in the ring and who he is. Because I don't think he's a better wrestler than Roman Reigns. I think you're wrong on that one. There is not a single bigger star ever. Rock, Austin, I've seen them all. What the fuck Hogan did will never. I am a real American. But my point was, Vinny, why even go this fucking long if you're not going to break the record? It was pointless. It's like breaking the Undertaker's streak. Why? It didn't need to be broken. It's wrestling. It's the one thing that should have lasted.
And if it was, and he knew it was messed up, and he said it. If it was going to be broken, it should have been the new face of fear, Bray Wyatt.
Somebody who was going to take over the mantle, not somebody who was strong enough and solidified enough in wrestling where the fans couldn't hurt him. And that I'm gonna check one time with Mike, and I'm. Are you there, Mike?
You guys can hear me?
Oh shit! You got a voice.
Yep.
All right.
The same voice you hear whenever I introduce King Vaughn. That's this guy right here. Now, my 2 cents. If I had pennies on me right now, my thing is that there's usually, and I realized this hours before night 2 started, that there's usually a particular pattern to certain WrestleManias. The pattern I noticed was that every WrestleMania that ends with a 5 or a 0 in the name always produces a new WWE champion. That has not changed since WrestleMania 5 back in '89. You can check the history books if you want, and it speaks for itself. It always has been like that since the late 80s. This past Sunday was no different. Drew winning, we knew that was going to happen. Come on. Cody winning, shoot, I knew that was going to happen. So whether you guys accept the fact your tribal chief lost or not, it was bound to happen before you saw it for yourself because, come on, the pattern was there. But hey, that's just my 2 cents to it. Back to you, Knox. I saw that little finger, goddammit.
You know I love you, but that wasn't that. Go, Vinny. I want you to continue with your takes on this match. I'm gonna go back to Dax a little bit after that. This is the biggest match of the night.
I'm gonna tell you, I thought the match was good. I thought there was a lot of. I liked the fact that, it was back and forth. But what I did not like, I didn't like how long it went. I think it went way over.
I think about 20 minutes.
I think after them hitting 19 spears and 32 super punches and how many freaking Cody cutters and whatever you want to say, it got old. It was like, okay, listen, can we end this match? So therefore, I think they should have done like 10 to 15 minutes actually wrestling and kicking out of each other's moves. And then they should have did all the other spectacular things with Cena and Seth Rollins and The Undertaker. And I'm going to tell you this, and you guys are probably going to think I'm crazy. I actually thought for some odd reason, for some miracle, Jon Moxley was going to come through the crowd with the Shield.
So everybody, I was sitting in the section, we're like, Moxley? I never, for a second, I never thought he was coming out. Because I'm going to tell you, because I know he signed a new contract. And that's why.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's the thing about Tony Khan to WWE. Mm-hmm. Tony Khan would give a one-off to WWE. They will. So
But
I
don't think at this point, I don't
WWE
think
wouldn't take
at
that
this
one off.
point he would, because he's been firing way too many shots. Before, he was a little bit humble when he let people do, video tributes or stuff like that. And to what I've been able to read and hear on
We're at 900.
interviews is they will allow people to go and watch and sit in the stands or upper deck or whatever, but the agreement is do not put them on camera. Like, they can't go on camera. So that was what happened with Naomi and Bayley showing up to see Mercedes Moné debut at AEW. They were up in the rafters, right? And the camera never panned to them, but fans caught them. But if a fan catches you, that's fine, right? But if it's portrayed on television when you're under a contract with another company, then that's bad press.
And I'm glad Vinny brought that up, because that was my second favorite part of the match, was Roman looking confused. Fuck, do I hit Cody? Nah. It was what Seth fucking Rollins deserved, to get hit in the back with that. That was iconic. That was the moment to me of this match. Rock and Cena's, that's my fanboy in me. But Seth getting hit in the back with that chair, there's always a plan. See? I loved it for that. I did, Vinny. I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to forget about that. And I ain't going to interrupt you guys when you're talking, but I do have this Rock Line WrestleMania Whoop That Trick Williams jacket that he wore to give away to a special listener. We're at 900. And Mike always says, hey, Mike, you got somebody? He is here. Y'all got that money? Holla at your boy. I get 2%. Y'all want to get in contact with my man Mike? You give him 100, I get $2. All right. So, my God, you get his voice off there. But Vinny, are you a Taker guy, Vinny?
I'm gonna tell you what. When I went to 38 and I got to do the graveyard and got to meet Taker, that was a dream of mine to meet Taker, because I grew up watching Taker.
That's right.
I'm not a Taker guy. I like it. There's nothing else in the world to experience a Taker entrance at Mania or anywhere.
Nothing like it.
And I'm gonna tell you what, the longest one I've experienced was 28, when it was the with Triple H. That was the longest Undertaker walk I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Like, I was like, this is never gonna end. But I'm not a fan of this whole bringing back the iconic American Badass character. I'm not that. And here's the thing: is he doing this character because he can't show or get into shape to show that he is the old Taker, and he can wear baggy clothes and sweatshirts to cover up that he's not in ring shape? I don't know.
Well, I don't think he's back at all to be a wrestler. I think
he's not. He's not. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. I thought it was iconic. I mean, I tell you what, I think it would have been more iconic if they would have put Stone Cold in there, because if you guys remember watching Raw a couple weeks ago when The Rock, when he was beating Cody, they panned to that truck, and the two people on there were John Cena.
I was waiting for you to say that.
John Cena and
Stone Cold. Here's what happened. Mike Knoxxx, I'm going to find this fucking picture before I get off air. I have called Civil War since the summer. All of a sudden, 3 weeks ago, when they showed that, all of a sudden it became the Avengers Assemble kind of thing. Guess what? I'm not that intelligent to tell you that I can't follow other intelligent people to say, oh, that makes sense. What I knew for a fact was, if you're going to assemble the Avengers, because I said it was Civil War all along, it was Avenger-esque kind of a thing, it had to make sense. Stone Cold made no sense, and here's why.
Damn it!
Every person that interfered was somebody that effectively was affected by Roman Reigns. Jey Uso kicked out of the bloodline. Seth Rollins, Roman cannot go any further than that. Undertaker beaten by Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Roman and Stone Cold never had any interaction that mattered at all. At all. Taker makes sense. I'm with you. I hate Taker. I've never been American. I'm not a Taker fan, but if I'm going to cheer for Taker, it's got to be the dead guy. It's not going to be the American badass. Not a fan of that. But I knew when that was coming out, everybody kept saying, oh, Stone Cold's not showing. My daughter looked at me. She said, damn, Dad. Well, she didn't say damn. That's a lie. But she was like, dang, Dad. My daughter actually thinks that I'm smarter than I am. You know what I mean? I love that about my kids. Yeah, seriously. I love that. They do, yo. They be like, you call everything. You know everything. I'm like, I don't. Just to y'all, but I appreciate it. You know what I mean? But to me, certain things were obvious. Like I said before, I always say, right, Dice? I say the breadcrumbs are laid before me. The breadcrumbs showed me that people were going to show up, especially after night one. I knew that person showing up wasn't going to be Stone Cold Steve Austin. What my dumb ass as a fan had, you talking about John Moxley showing up, Vinny? I was praying for MJF because I wanted my tribal chief to leave as champion. I thought that if MJF shows up and stops Cody from winning, it's not the bloodline that gets yelled at or gets fussed at. It's MJF that would have gotten fussed at. So it could have went to the record that you don't think should have been broken, but I think one should have been broken because why have him keep the belt for fucking 4 years, if not to break a record? But I thought overall, this was the most entertaining match of the entire weekend. This moment right here, listen, the look on Roman, you son of a bitch. This is my favorite match of the weekend. Cody winning it's funny, like, because you said it to me privately, but I spoke to Chris live when it happened after he stopped crying on the floor like a little girl. That
I'm not gonna lie, I had the same reaction as Chris. I just sat there. I was pissed.
It was Sting's moment all over again. The difference is that they didn't give Sting the microphone. To speak afterwards. And
that's what pissed me off about this.
I never seen them give somebody a microphone to speak afterwards. Samantha Irvine crying to me, I think, is overrated.
She is a national treasure that should be protected.
But I personally think that's so overblown. I'm sending my inner Vinny on this one. Sometimes the world we live, I need people to understand some things. We live in a social media world where people do shit on purpose, whether it's true, false, fake, or not. Right? All that's the same shit.
You think she did it on purpose?
I'm not saying that, but get the fuck out of here crying because he won the belt.
But I'm sure you've seen a lot.
You don't know that. You ain't know that man that long.
I know. I'm
fuck you crying for? Your job is to announce winners and losers.
The story. This is why people gravitate to Cody, right?
Fuck his story.
Yeah, fuck your story. At the final boss. This is why people
it's a cute
love
ass dog right there.
Cody though.
He wants to get on the action.
Yeah, tell him. Say fuck your story.
Hey look, Vinny's dog is taking the place of my son when he comes on with me because he always wants a fucking kiss, right? But people love Cody Rhodes because there's something about Cody Rhodes.
Yes, 100% should mention this.
That he could bring out an emotion in you, right? Like whatever he's doing, the sad puppy dog look that he gave Rock after he gave his spot up at the beginning of this whole story with him and Rock and Roman, right? To him doing the undeniable to whatever I can never undesirable to undeniable. Yes, since him doing that, his comeback promo after the Mania after he beat the Raw after he beat Seth Rollins. There's something about Cody Rhodes that makes you believe in him because he does seem very personable. So. And if anybody sees Samantha Irvin on social media, she's probably she's one of the people that she loves wrestling as much as we do, and she literally watches and she doesn't know what's going to happen. So you can see her excitement, you can see her anguish when somebody that shouldn't win wins or they cheat or you can see her. She is legitimately pissed.
Let me ask you this. I'm sorry, something you just said it. What makes you think she loves wrestling?
Listening to her story, right? Well, for those who don't know, Samantha Irvin, her real name is Samantha Johnson. She's a singer and a flute player, right?
Yeah. Oh,
she stumbled into WWE just because of her voice, right? Like they saw her as the second coming of JoJo.
I thought Lillian Garcia.
I mean, aesthetically pleasing, right? They like the light skinned woman with the curly hair, right? You can manipulate that a little bit because she might not be fully black, right? They like that. But she did try out to be a wrestler, right? Okay. She stated on the Chris Van Vliet interview that she's grown up watching.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yo, that's what Roman said at that press conference. Ready to kick him out.
Acknowledge me.
But she she knows her history in it. And I feel like if anybody knows their history, there is some part of you that actually loves this business, this thing that we call professional wrestling. I'm saying this business like I'm in it, but that loves professional wrestling. And I think I do believe her emotions, but for a lot of people, like I seen somebody say, Jeffrey said it broke him. I was like, damn, like she can't even say the shit, and that's why Cody did it on Raw. Like, hey, can you properly? Yeah. But I think that she enjoys it though, because she likes Cody a lot. Like as most people do. He's the baby face that people haven't that have felt like they needed to get behind.
The hardest thing in wrestling,
like a Steve Austin.
The hardest thing, Steve Austin was never a face.
He was never a face, but people got behind him because
the hardest thing in wrestling
they related
to do is
to him
to
as
be
a blue collar guy.
But here's my point. Here's why I interfered in that thought.
Mm-hmm.
Faces are hard to like. Because the world we live in now, it's cool to like the Joker and like Thanos and like Darkseid and
they wasn't doing that like
in the 80s and 90s, early 2000s. No, you're good. Wrestling's good, guys. Cowboys and Indians. Let's leave it like that. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be disrespectful. Native American, right? But it's good versus bad.
Indian in the cupboard.
That's what wrestling is, right? So it's hard to be a face and be liked.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, wasn't cheering for this man 7 years ago when I was. So that means nothing. That's what they say that shit. But your winner, your new world heavyweight champion, no longer universal champion. They changed the name to World Wrestling Entertainment Champion, Cody Rhodes, and that's how
I just want to interject one last time. I'm sorry. I hated the fact that they treated Cody Rhodes like he was Sting in versus Hogan and Starrcade.
Why? Because it was the same. But it was the same. That's because you're a Sting guy.
Well, no. It's not that. It's if you look at the people. If you look at the people that came out there, right?
They were pretty corny.
All people that were legitimately had a issue with the bloodline.
Yeah.
All people that fell to a player greater than them.
As opposed to the whole locker room coming out for Sting.
Yes. If you would have had other people come out there, hell, I know Apollo Crews ain't doing shit. Get him out there too. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Neither is Jinder Mahal. He ain't doing shit either.
Jinder. Let him lift somebody up. But that's just a small gripe. I'm not saying that, this wasn't better than Sting. I'm just saying they treated it like it was.
I think it was exactly like that, though. That's why I was okay with it.
Because, yes, I get it, because Roman did have a chokehold on the WWE for 4 years, whereas Hogan had it in a chokehold for like 2 years with the NWO. So that, and Vinny, when we talk about Hogan versus Roman, in that sense, you can't compare the bloodline to NWO as far as group wise, but if you're going to look at storyline wise, there's no greater storyline better than the bloodline. And I would argue that with anybody. We took 4 years of investment in a time period.
It's not over. It's not over. The bloodline has layers.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing, that it's not over. This is 4 years. And he took us in a time in a pandemic where people wasn't even there. And it was cinematic. It was like watching a Godfather. It's watching a movie unfold, and it strictly has to do with his cadences, the way he's talking to people, his character arc, right? Hogan doesn't have a character. Let me tell you something, brother.
Hold on.
When you're in this thing, you're in this thing.
I need to take this somewhere.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Go ahead. Defend it.
Listen, you can't sit here and say that Roman is a talker. He's not a talker, okay? He never was a talker. He never will be a talker, okay? When he first came on the scene with the bloodline, he wasn't talking. He might have said a couple things, but his promos were ass, okay? Second of all, there will be never, ever anything that can touch the NWO. The NWO is the defiance of storytelling and groups. There's not. I don't care if the bloodline is with 97 members. It doesn't matter. There's never going to be.
It does matter because after you get past the initial 3 of the NWO, maybe you go to the next 2 members of the NWO and make it 5. If you kept it at 5 or 6, you are great. You are golden. The minute that NWO had 12 members, 13 members, 14 members, 20 members, NWO Japan, you have now sorted this out. And a lot of people didn't like it. I loved it. But when you had them break off into the NWO Wolfpack, it was done. The Wolfpack only lasted maybe 8 months.
Are y'all forgetting what the NWO's job, though? They wasn't a regular faction. They were a company taking over a company within a company.
Yep.
I got 2 questions for you, Z. 2 questions for you. Number one, do you think the NWO could have done what the Bloodline did in the pandemic?
Of course.
Yes.
Okay. Number 2,
because they literally did it from 96, from 95, the end of 95 to 97. And then after that, that's when everything got sour because too many people got in there. Everybody wanted,
and I agree with you. I totally agree with you. There was too many people. But at the end of the day, there will never be a moment like there was at 1995's Bash at the Beach when for weeks and weeks and weeks upon weeks, we were waiting for the third man, and we got the third man in the ring with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. There will never be a moment like that.
Well, Ben, you know why, don't you? Because the biggest face of all time became the biggest heel of all time.
Yeah. So
I agree with you. He's the biggest face in wrestling history. But he's also the biggest heel in wrestling because he was the biggest face in wrestling history that I just choose to forget about. So
we're not debating that. We're not debating that at all. No, that's not. But I would love to have this one-on-one debate with you. One-on-one debate with you about this. But yeah, we'll set it up. But so I'm absolutely for
overall, my belt grade for this WrestleMania, night 1 and night 2 is my combined grade because that's one WrestleMania. I don't care about night 1, night 2, just overall WrestleMania. I would give it a 10 out of 10. Roman Reigns, title reigns. I think it was phenomenal. Yeah, I have my faults. Yeah, I have pieces in there that I would have done differently or I didn't like. Overall, being there in person, being there with my kids, watching it back on television, I don't think there was a dull moment. Yeah, there were matches like the street fight we spoke about, Vinny, that should have been and was not as great as it should have been. But overall, I can go back and watch some pretty shitty fucking WrestleManias that we give credit to because there were about 2 or 3 matches that overshadows the shittiness. This entire card to me, whether I like the outcome or not, was pretty damn solid is a good word. So for me, 10 out of 10. I don't even do 10s. That's wrong. Fuck am I doing? 5 out of 5 Roman Reigns title matches for me. Take that, Dave Meltzer, and put up your Rahu. Z, give me your belt grades. Let me get up out of here. I got to show another show at 9 o'clock.
Ironically, I am going to compare this again to something that I did not like. I'm going to give this 5 out of 5 WCW World Heavyweight Championships Sting title reigns because this is a changing of the guard, seeing that Roman had the company in a chokehold as Hogan did for the better part of 2 to 3 years, the NWO, and Sting was the only guy who had that against them, that had the willpower, even though they had people like Savage and Luger and Giant who turncoat. But Cody was always, even though I thought it should have been Seth to dethrone Roman.
I agree.
I think they got the right guy because Cody he gets them endorsement deals.
Punk ass crybaby fans, say it.
He gets endorsement deals. He dresses the part. He's the first WWE superstar with a Prime endorsement. Right, Prime is giving endorsement to athletes and
sorry. Shout out to Roman Reigns for being the first wrestler to have a Jordan deal.
Wait, hold on. You do know who the first person to get it is to have an endorsement put on their gear was, right?
Hogan.
Who's that?
No.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh, because of the
Jimmy Johns.
Yeah.
So he's technically the first one.
No. Let's talk about somebody motherfuckers know. Nobody gives a fuck about Jimmy Johns.
Of course we do.
Oh, Jimmy Johns is great though. I like Jimmy Johns.
I'm not. That's not my point.
I mean,
that's not the point I'm making. That's not my point. My point is Jordans. Whether you wear them, don't wear them, like them, hate them, regardless, he is arguably. Because I went a couple of shows back, Vinny. I made funny on my show because you don't be listening to all of them. But I'll let you know what I said on air. I said you are outside of your mind if you think next time. Because Jeff said something. I said, damn, Jeff made a point I would make, which was where there's Muhammad Ali, there's Michael Jordan. They're the 2 biggest athletes in the history of American sports.
He should have been in
the Hall of Fame episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
That man got a Jordan endorsement.
I wear
He's the first wrestler to have a Jordan endorsement. This ain't like the 99 Madden Club where the shit switches every year. Michael Jordan don't give a fuck about nobody. He's a surface billionaire.
Who has a Jordan deal?
Roman Reigns.
That's pretty sad.
How was that sad?
It's very sad. Because I can name 5 other wrestlers that deserve it more than he does.
My boy, one of my best friends, my son Godfather, he feels like you. He doesn't like Roman. He hates that I love him so much. He thinks he can't talk just like you. Once Roman got with Paul Heyman, his career skyrocketed to the point he doesn't even need Paul. But he don't need Paul Heyman no more. Because he can talk without. Paul doesn't talk for him like he used to. Paul used to talk for Roman. Now Roman talks for himself. Paul is there to accentuate the things he say. The fact that this man says, yes, my tribal chief. What do you want me to do, my tribal chief? Whatever you need, my tribal chief. I'm here for my tribal chief. Makes my wife really mad because my daughter.
Steaks and eggs are ready, my tribal chief.
My daughter does the same thing for me. Like all weekend long, my daughter was. I love my sons. They're my sons. One has my name. But my right hand is my daughter. If you notice in the video, she's the one who gave me my title every time. You know what I mean? But I gotta shut the fuck up. I gotta get out of here. I got the show, Sports Gamers Online, coming up at 9 o'clock.
Real quick, let me just.
I'm not too cook. I'm saying I got shut up for myself. Go ahead and cook, Vinny.
Oh well, I'm gonna be short and sweet. We're doing 5 out of 5.
You are short, so go ahead and be sweet.
5 or 10 out of 10.
It's 5 belt grades.
Right,
I've been on your show before, and not the one on UPR. Okay.
I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5.
Dycez, can you walk off when my knees are bad?
European championships.
European. Wow.
He's trolling.
Are you trolling? What's the real grade? What's the real grade, Vinny? I'm gonna stop buying your cheesesteaks on Sundays.
No, honestly, I'll give it a 4 out of 5.
Okay, thank you.
I'll give it 4 out of 5. There was a lot of things that I think could have been better.
Of course.
I also think some of the matches on the card just shouldn't have been on there. And this WrestleMania was so predictable. There wasn't a match that I could say that I was shocked that. So I'm just gonna. It was a predictable WrestleMania.
It was, but I think that sometimes predictability can still be better if you execute it right.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why I think a lot of people in our chat got a lot of the same picks, except with the occasion of a few. Like,
hey, you know my favorite part of WrestleMania was though
the fact you were broadcasting live from friendly confines.
But did you see the Big Show? Do you see what good shape he was in?
The Big Show,
dude. He was fantastic. He looked so good.
First of all, Vinny's girl. Vinny's girl. Can you please subscribe to the Mike Knoxxx show so you can go ahead and get this episode?
Gosh.
Okay,
let's go. Let's go. Listen, before we get out of here,
somebody
shout
just
out
popped
to you.
on.
Yeah,
shit,
it's EC. Shout out to you, Vinny, for your merch store. Ironically, I was just telling Mike I've been working on my merch store, so y'all can get y'all Zia Silent gear. I'm still working on it.
My show like
but yeah. Every show I'm on,
where the fuck is Mike Knoxxx gear at? You better make you're my VP. That's your job.
But. So y'all can get y'all Zia Silent shirt. It's going to have this logo. It's going to have hashtag good dog damn. I don't care. And everybody's favorite, your mama's favorite daddy. So those shirts is coming soon. Get out of here. Come on, man. Yeah. Get y'all. Come on. Because you ain't, come on, man. I'm out here working.
Let me talk to you.
And as always, y'all know, just hit me up. If you want those executive contradiction shirts, we got them. $14.99. $14.99. Get yours today. You better get them today because they're gonna be selling like hotcakes. If you want to be contradicting yourself, like yeah.
Hey, listen, Mike, are you ready for this? This is Dan's reaction at the end of WrestleMania. Look,
you can't see
that shit. Your green screen stopping it.
Hold on. Let me turn
Put your hand behind it. Put your hand behind the phone.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, to the left side. That was Dan's. Because he's the Cody mark. That's because the Cody mark.
Just bring it, bitch.
Guy.
I want you to fire me, you fucking mark.
Listen, I love wrestling and I love you guys. This is the longest show I've ever done.
And we getting numbers though.
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate Vinny for joining. Zia Silent as always for being a part of me. Vinny's, I think some part of him felt I didn't want him on my shows. It was never that ever. I met you at WrestleMania 38 down in New Orleans, and you saw us walk up. And just like Dycez, I met at this point 12 years ago. You were a fan of my show that I didn't know, and to me, wrestling fans, to me, and I get teary-eyed when I talk like this because it's real to me, right? I've been doing this for a long time, so to have fans become friends is really special to me. You know what I mean? And I mean that wholeheartedly. I hope we all get to WrestleMania one day together and sit together. Because again, shout out to my man Anthony who sold me a great
trip. I'll take that bitch to Minnesota.
Who sent me a great ticket and a great seat. It was nothing against him or anybody else, but it's really good to just sit with wrestling fans that you know and disagree. Like my section was banging. I had guys obsessed with wrestling, didn't like wrestling. I had them cheering Rhea Thickly because I never even heard the name. Oh, Rhea Thickly. Okay. I had them cheering that. I had the, hey, we want some Bayley signs going on. It was great. The Yeats versus the no Yeats. I had a wonderful WrestleMania trip. Look for my my vlog coming soon. It just took me like 10 hours to upload 120 fucking videos. So I took video of the videos. I was on the Special Olympics website speaking about my son Christian, who participates in Special Olympics. He was also featured on the guy's name Chris Olympics. He was also featured on the pre-show. They talked about him on there. He has 20 gold medal winners in snowboarding in Colorado. Just an amazing trip, amazing time with friends and family. I thank you all for being here. I can't say it enough. I would not be who I was if you guys didn't continue to watch me after all these years. I mean, this is Dane in 3 hours, and I tell Dycez all the time, every week, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Get off air. And he tells me, let me cook. And I always say,
I got the ingredients.
Now,
we had all the ingredients today.
But I'm going to be real with you. If it wasn't a 2-night event, I'd have been the fuck out of here 50 minutes ago. So I thank you guys. So do me a favor. Do not wake up tomorrow morning.
Hold on.
I'm sorry. You're right. You're 100% right.
Make sure y'all tune in to the NXT review show later on tonight. Bad Guy Jack and Wrestling Doll. Tomorrow you can catch Vinny and Dan the Man on AEW Dynamite review, and then Saturday you can come for the fastest rising show on UPR. I'm pretty sure the Raw review got something to say about that, but it's a circumstance thing. And then you can catch AEW Collision show with
we don't know.
Shay. We don't know.
We don't know.
Shay and
have we even had a collision show? Have we even had one yet? All right. Now do me a favor and continue to listen to the #1 show on Unpopular Review. Still, now, and forever. Do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me, and don't love God. Or Charlotte Flair and the LaSpada cheesesteaks. We out of here, y'all. Fingers.
Lose it, bite my tongue for no one. I put you on blast. So all the news channels, y'all can kiss my ass. And other YouTube or Google me, turn it up and play it. Cause many people think it, I just had the balls to say it.
You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're all what you getting in. Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, this a one-stop shop.